Hey,
Oh, why can
Hey,
you push?
Captain America's like what, Diamond 1 now, man?
Yay, push to talk is back on too. Huzzah!
Oh,
No, I don't.
Boom, using that mic.
You guys hear me?
Hey, I'm son.
Testing. Can you hear me?
Yes.
Yes.
Yo, guys, I'm considering changing my account name. Is that going to be a problem?
What?
Well, it depends on what you're gonna change it to.
Is it gonna be offensive?
No.
Then I don't approve.
Actually, hold on. The name I was going to take is Taken. What the heck?
Taken?
You know what's offensive? Is that Garrett? What?
The name you're gonna take is Taken? Yeah, that's not offensive.
Yeah.
Which one is it?
Who owns A&M's Best Bard?
Wait. There's such a thing as a good bard?
Yeah. They out there.
Every board on my team is a fucking idiot, and every board on their team is like mad life level. Like, seriously, it's the Shaco effect all over again. Like, then again, that's pretty much all my games, because Riot doesn't know how to give me good teammates. Or at least teammates you can carry.
Yeah, same.
Wow.
Yeah. No.
Are ampersands allowed in account names?
I don't know.
That might have been the problem. I was trying A&M.
I'm just throwing words at these people. Yeah, have fun. Have fun throwing words, boy.
Same. Hey, Lamel.
People.
That might be allowed. That might be allowed. Go Team Awesome. That might be allowed.
Alright. Okay. Sorry, I have like the worst fucking hangover this side of the Pacific, so
Go Team
I've
Awesome.
been avoiding like using my microphone and shit. But once we get 2 more people, we'll be good to go.
That might be allowed.
Alright. Okay. Sorry, I have like the worst fucking hangover this side of the Pacific. Oh, Jesus. Epic Shot signed up for League Academy.
Hey, put
Epic
me in
Shots
against him.
is banned. Fuck no. They'll just have Reed running
I
around
won't
killing
get more
people.
than 2 kills by 10 minutes, I promise. I've laid against Reed 3 times, and I've never fed over 2 kills.
Can you invite me to
Like-
spectate? Wait, is he in? Did he sign up? Can you just play? Can this person play? Can you play? Alright, we got a 9th. And then we just need one more person. We could just use Josh, actually. Josh, what were you last season?
Khalil, I'm having a hard time understanding anything right now. My computer's messing up sound-wise. In game, I'm fine.
Rip.
But I could join in if you need another person. I could play at a lower level.
Who is Facade Killman, and why did he leave? Shanna coming over if you just want to fill in. Oh, we can use you and Keaton both, actually.
Alright, man. Use me at your discretion. Just invite me to whatever. I'm having a hard time even hearing what you're saying.
Yeah, you sound like you're trying. Can everyone else hear me?
Yeah, I
You
hear
good,
you.
man.
Yeah, I can hear you fine.
Alright, just making sure. Anarchist. That person. Oh, he just didn't sign up on the sheet. That's fine.
What's the plat doing in here?
You know.
Wait, is he actually flat there? I thought he was silver 5. What the fuck?
I'm
God
gonna
damn
It says flat 3.
It says plat 3 solo duo 80 LP.
God damn it.
Yeah.
Get fucked. Get fucked.
Oh, we'll just have Johnny play against him.
That's fucking great.
Wait,
Am I playing?
What?
wait, what the fuck? Are you sure this is fair?
Hey, Khalil, I get on my
Wait,
Smurf.
let me see if
I'll
I
be
can
gold.
find these other people first. Let me see if I can get these other people to join. If not, we can have Anarchist play, and we'll just have them lane against Anarchist. So the one team gets the plat 3 guy, one guy gets the... Unless the other team wants me, then you can have the gold 2 player. Cap. Oh, crap.
I put down mid, top, or jungle. I just want to practice.
Anarchist, I'll get you
Like,
in next
shit.
game.
Can people hear me?
No.
Yeah, bruh. You Gucci.
Who was talking?
Me?
Keaton? Alright. Keaton, where are you right
I
now?
sound like shit though.
What if I got my friend Chocolate Fat in here? He could.
Are
You can
you're
help
friends
out.
with Lorenzo? What the fuck?
He's unranked.
God,
Fair.
you're friends with Lorenzo? How do you know Lorenzo?
I went to high school with him.
Did you really? That nigga gives me cancer on some real shit. Fuck Lorenzo. I'm kidding. I fucking love Lorenzo. I used to play with him all the time.
He's fun. He's unranked though, so it would be fair.
It would be fair. Wasn't he like silver or some shit last season? I used to duo with Lorenzo. Damn, that was back in the dark ages.
The Dark Ages.
Is this the bronze game? What is this?
It's silver mostly. It's almost entirely silver actually.
Well, it's over account.
Silver and 1. Didn't we have 1 gold? Yeah, there's 1 gold.
Oh,
Gold.
see, you could just put me in. I'm gold.
See, the problem is I don't know the ramifications of doing that. They could be pretty severe. Because I
I'll send
underestimated
you.
the difference between silver 5 and silver 1 last time, and the results were pretty significant. I
Yeah.
was like, alright, now I understand why that's like 75% of the population distribution. Like, it's a really big difference. Like, it was noticeable.
I finally fixed my client. Which
I think Vivaldir is gold 3. Yeah, we'll use Vivaldir. And Shanak. Alright, then I need one more person. Someone that is preferably like silver 3 to 1-ish. Vivaldir only has 9 ranked games. God damn it. What was he last season? He was making it so
Fucking
hard on me,
scumbag.
man. He has 9
Fucking
ranked games. I don't know
scum,
what he
man.
was last season. Vivaldir.
well,
What elo were you last season? Silver. Okay, that's fine. Alright, if you're silver last season, it's not a big deal. That just means the
Alright,
homies
my
on the
thing's
come
finally
up.
working.
Oh, so
I just
Magnet
clicked.
can't play. Alright, so
I just cut out a whole ton of operations on my computer, and I'm finally getting a workable thing.
Alright.
nice.
you putting those
Six
computer
months.
science skills to work.
Crazy.
I'm proud of you.
I didn't. Don't worry, man. I didn't even press Control Alt Delete. I knew the secret shortcut straight to it.
What a god. And we'll use Anarchist in game 2 because we're also going to bring in also Spieler. And yeah, there'll be 2 platinum players against each other, and the rest will be mostly gold. Alright, okay. Alright, wait, no shit, I'm still in the game, so we need one more person. Fuck!
I can join, man.
Yeah, see, but then
Ready.
that's going to make the teams fairly imbalanced. Unless we put you on Team 1, or Team 2. Team 2. Team 2. No, Team 1. Team 2. God damn it.
Team 2.
Team...
Don't worry. If I'm not playing support, I'm playing lower at their level. Don't worry.
If I put Party Taylor on Team 1 and move you to Team 2, would that be fair?
What is he gold? What?
He's gold 5 right now?
I'm gold 5.
What were you
But
last
I
season?
deserve wood. I was gold 1 last season or something like that. I don't know.
Alright, we could do that.
Yeah, silver 1 for a gold 5. That seems pretty fair.
Yeah, okay. Here, I'm gonna make... I'll give Arcadia permission to invite someone. Actually, I'll just give it to...
Would I be against Jezakaru?
Yes.
Then
No,
maybe
on the
I
same
should.
team, on the same
Who
team,
do
on
I
the same
have?
team. That's my bad. Party
I've got
Taylor...
people like a lot of LOs. What are you looking for?
Oh, we got it.
Yeah.
Oh, you got it? Okay.
I have a question. How do you win
Right.
3 ranked games on silver 1?
Oh, he did only win 3 ranked games, so one. Oh, he's silver 4. God damn it. God damn
Silver
it.
1 on teams, you fucking troll, man.
Why do
Who's
people
silver
have...
4?
He's actually silver 4.
So it sounds like you guys are having a really hard time with numbers here.
Yo, numbers are hard as fuck, let me tell you.
He's silver 4? That's fine.
I think that's fine.
Silver 4
Alright,
is
you gotta make sure
fine.
you just fill up your rankings, Joe.
Silver 4, yeah, because they have an unranked player. So silver 4, silver 3, unranked, gold 3, gold 5. Okay, that sounds pretty balanced.
So
I think-
who's
I
going
swear to
where?
God, Josh, if you shit on this game, I'm gonna be really upset. I'm gonna be very upset with you.
Alright, I'll do my
I'm
best
gonna be
not to.
visibly upset with you.
Okay, cool.
Yeah, Arcadia, invite Tensuke.
Okay.
There you go.
Tansaki.
I'll have him added on my friends list, so...
Just
Tansaki,
invite him on
that
the
shit.
right hand side. Just like hit invite and on the right hand side type in his name.
If you give me invite, I can also add him. He's on my friends list. Be
Same.
bolder.
Oh, there you go. Swag.
Party Taylor. Case of Beer 21 is not in this game, so I can take his out of red. This is an organizational nightmare. I should just try to fucking program to do this for me.
Aren't you a
Yeah.
programmer?
I was
I
gonna say you probably
am-
could pretty easily.
I really should just do that. Because holy shit, there's so much shit I have to do.
Alright, who's going where, and then...
Yeah, figure out what roles you guys want.
Okay,
you
should we
find a team
split up
now.
into our teams?
Yeah, I give
then?
you guys the... Well, yeah, you can go ahead and split up into your team rooms now.
Okay. Team 1.
Alright. Select spectators, we got this.
Copy link address.
Who's Martyr?
My roommate, Jonathan Shaw.
Did I hear Garrett in here earlier?
My super smurf is silver too. Shut the fuck up, Jonathan. You troll. Fucking troller dog.
Sound like you're having a good time there, Khalil.
Dude, my head hurts so bad. I slept for so long and I'm still tired.
Where'd you go last night?
Did you just wake up or something?
Fucking, where'd I go? I went to my fucking bed. Did I just wake up? I woke up at like...
Wait, nigga, yeah, you just sleep like 9 a.m.
Ah, man, I'm fucking tired as shit. I feel so hungover too.
What the fuck, dude? Yeah, I just fucking home like 20 minutes ago. I don't know.
We moved here probably. I hope voice is working for all of them actually. That's something I did not clarify. Whatever, fuck it.
So, do we just, like, go over it during the game? And then
Typically,
they're
yeah.
just gonna watch it afterwards on Twitch?
Yeah, on YouTube or
Okay.
Twitch, yeah. What are the
Okay,
requirements for play? You have to be plat or below LA. Sorry.
Okay.
No masters, Ellie. No masters.
No masters. No masters players. Actually, no. You can play against Captain America because this fucking cunt signed up for this thing. Signed up for League Academy. Like, yeah, I'd like some pointers from a Plat 2 player, yeah. Formerly Diamond 3, yeah. Way back in the day.
You're Yasuo main, right?
Yeah.
Or are you mid main in general?
Yeah. Just playing in-house with me, you can find out what champions I play real fast, because they'll all be banned.
I saw your Echo.
Oh, dude, my Echo's godlike.
The Quadric. Holy shit.
We ready if everyone is? Is Team 2 ready? Question mark.
Where's Randy at? Is he not here?
He's fucking doing homework or some shit. I need to send him a fuck you real quick, actually. Randy's my credibility, so I don't have to actually go do solo queue.
Nah, you have me here.
Oh, true. Fucking shit D5 players. It's the last thing I want advice from. I'm kidding, right?
I'm D4.
Bullshit.
I was D4.
Shut the fuck up, Johnny.
Alright,
I
that
lost
seems
50
like
games
the
today, so I'm
most
D4.
targeted ban I've ever seen.
The Weedwig ban. That is
The
the
worst.
definition of targeted ban.
Or they're banning W.
In terms of bans right now, I don't know what bans are actually good right now because everyone in solo queue is still banning the same shit like Fiora, Mordekaiser, Garen, Darius. If it's
I think
top lane
Diana
champion. I mean, I think
is
honestly, I
fucking
would ban
brutal.
Diana. I would ban Soraka. I would ban
Yeah.
Vayne, and I would ban. I think those are the only Twisted Fate. God, if you want to stomp solo queue and you play mid lane, play Twisted Fate. Like you can go 0-3 on lane and just TP just ult bot lane one time. Like if you're feeling generous twice and just pick out double kills all day. Like that is a genuinely overpowered champion in solo queue, right? In solo queue, not in like overall play, but in solo queue, Twisted Fate is disgusting. Like if you any elo booster that you will ever see is going to ban out or is going to pick Twisted Fate just because the amount of pressure he generates on the map, even if he loses lane. The Yasuo and Zed, I'm assuming they banned from Shannon, because he's the highest elo player on that team, and I know he plays a lot of Yasuo and Zed.
What rank is he?
He's like gold 2 right now. I could have sworn he was plat 5 last season, but
Yeah, he's gold 2 right now, and he was gold last season.
Okay, he was gold last season.
As far as his banner says, unless he has like a different count. Yeah, he's a mid player.
He's the same rank as my Smurf, or my second Smurf. That's great.
My Smurf is the exact same. It's gold 2 as well.
It's the dream. Silver is so easy when you stop tilting. So is Diamond, actually. Interesting fact.
Yeah. Man, I was stuck in plat 2 for like a week. I can't get out. And then I keep dropping to like plat 3 and then getting right back into plat 2.
So you got a Leona pick, and like, I was gonna say that Leona pick's kind of risky because they just like pick Janna, who I think is easily one of the best supports in the game. Also makes for one of the best lanes in the game, also known as Vayne Janna, which loses to pretty much nothing, and it scales ridiculously well. So Leona pick first is pretty ballsy, unless you're either doing it for the swag, also known as Project Leona. I'm gonna be sad if I don't see that, or if you're doing it for I don't know, maybe he plays a lot of Leona, or whoever is playing Leona plays a lot of Leona, I don't know.
Any type of melee support that has hard engage in lane is going to get destroyed by Janna. Like, Janna's a great pick into like Nautilus as well. Those kind of supports that just kind of try and like stick onto you. Janna's like the best pick there. And honestly, in like most situations, Janna can just win lane. Her shield's just broken.
All I want to do is play Yasuo. Man, I know that feel. All I want to do is play Yasuo. TAMU League Academy, week 2.
Did they think that you're on that team? Because I see a Yasuo and I see the Zed band.
I know, right? You'd think that I'm playing.
Alright, so Yi's an interesting pick here. Yi can carry a game by himself, but he also has very little pressure, unless he runs TP, because then you'll have a lane that overextends, you TP behind him, get a double kill, and you're back in the game.
Honestly, I think
that's
that's
really interesting out.
Yeah, I think Yi is kind of gross just because of the fact that he's supposed to have like a pretty crappy early game, right? But with teleport, it doesn't really matter if you have an early game if the
Yeah.
enemy bot lane goes in on an engagement and comes out like barely alive, say like 100 HP each. Yeast teleports in behind them and just gets a double kill, and it's like, oh, what early game? It's not a problem anymore, and that's the problem that I have with like game champions right now, is that the laning phase has gotten to the point to where it's so easy to capitalize off of someone's really small mistakes, and it takes your weakness and just completely negates it. Like it's like you never had a weakness.
That's how
It's
Shen
really
is too.
impressive.
A lot of Shen is being played right now. You just play it top, and then you can't ever try and 2v2 bot lane if you have a winning bot lane, or even a losing. You can never 2v2 because Shen will just TP in. Season 5 is like that. It's always just a bunch of people bot because they just capitalize on those kinds of things. Holy.
Especially with the Av and the mid laners running teleport. So pretty much you have like a 4 or 5 man party bot all the time, and it's one call.
Yeah, you see a lot of like Lux TP and Diana TP right now too.
Also, if you play mid laner right now, like I would say almost any mid laner, run teleport. Like shit is broken right now. Especially with how much pressure early game dragons are generating. If you are playing against Anivia, or like especially if you're playing against Anivia, which you're gonna see a lot of, or Twisted Fate, or any laner that has a really safe lane, and you can't really capitalize on their mistakes so much with Ignite, just run teleport so that when TF like teleports bot lane, you can show up and be like, yo, what's up, whenever he gets down there. Or with Anivia, who you're never going to kill on lane anyway unless they like have a brain aneurysm, you can just TP bot lane. It's really, really, really effective when it comes to snowballing things in your team's favor. So we got Shannock on Fizz in mid. That's actually a really strong pick against Lux. Unless they decided to send... Yeah, they're definitely sending Lux mid. So that's going to be an interesting matchup to look out for. That's definitely in Fizz's favor. Lux doesn't have very much things in her kit to deal with mobile gap-closing champions. Ryze actually would have been a disgusting counter pick to Fizz mid if they hadn't picked the Lux already, but he's going top. And I hate Ryze because Ryze does a lot of damage for no reason, and the windows of opportunity to exploit Ryze's weaknesses is like when he doesn't have his ultimate up, which is... Or no, not his ultimate, his stupid passive up. And that's really irritating to play around. I think the bot lane would have been in bot lane's favor if they hadn't... I mean, I think it still is, actually. They have a decent amount of CC down there. They're mainly going for support to support this, like, Ryze Lux, like, hyper carry status thing they've got going on. If Jinx gets ahead, that'll be really good for them. Because I think that outside of Master Yi, that's what they're going to need to win. Riven could snowball, but if Riven doesn't snowball, which against Ryze is very possible, they're going to have a lot of problems, actually, because Ryze is going to outscale Riven in team fights, by and large. Like, Riven's strong, and if she hits your whole team with a stun, it sucks for your team, but Ryze just kills everything and is tanky for no reason. Oh yeah, and then blue team also has the possibility of Yi just getting really, really, really fed. But even then, Ryze
He doesn't have
pretty
TP
good.
either.
Yeah, he has no TP, so that's a good thing to point out. If you're playing Mashi, I would bring teleport. Bringing teleport is a pretty big deal.
Especially versus a pick comp who's trying to just get a pick on your team. Like, you need teleport if you're split pushing, because if you're split pushing and anyone just gets hit by an Ash arrow or gets hit by like a Lux binding, if you don't go there, your whole team might just die and that might just snowball into an objective or Baron or something like that. So that's a bit risky if he is going to go for split pushing, which I think every mastery should. But
another thing to look out for is that purple team. Well, one thing that I will say about mid lane is Lux should not have run Ignite, and she should have definitely run TP in this situation. That would have given really good like global pressure for a team. And secondly, you're not gonna have any kill pressure against Fizz, and you were never gonna kill unless that Fizz just does something egregiously wrong, or like doesn't know the matchup, or is just doing something really silly. You're not gonna kill Fizz's Lux. That's not a thing in the world today. You don't talk about how your Lux was killing this Fizz all game. Like that's if you're talking about that, like that means you had a truly exceptional game about how this Lux was just stomping this Fizz. Like, don't get me wrong, level 1, like Lux can harass Fizz pretty well, and she should. But once
level
Fizz
3 though,
has, like once he hits that level 3 spike, it's just gonna be, and then level 6, it's just that's gonna be a lot of dead mid lane. So also purple team has a good composition. I'd say that it would be better if their mid laner was a little more of an aggressive pick, since they have that like snowballing Ryze pick. So a great pick in this comp would have been Zed. It would have been they banned Zed, but Zed would be a dirty pick in this situation. Because what you want to do is if you have a solo lane that's weak, you want to have another solo lane that's strong, so you can go support that lane. Or if your jungler is getting bullied or invaded, you can support them. I mean, in this case, you have a Yi invading a Lee. I'm not going to say it never happens, because if you've seen my solo queue games, it happens, but generally, Master Yi will not be bullying Lee Sin in his jungle. It could happen if the stars align, it's possible, but that's very unlikely to happen. And so if that possibility were there, you would want someone to be able to help out Lee. But at the same time, if you had someone stronger like Zed, Lee and Zed could show up inside of Master Yi's jungle at level 3, and what's Master Yi going to do about it? He's going to say, you know, I really don't want that blue buff, or I don't want that Gromp, you can have it, man, and just leave. Whereas the Fizz pick is going, and the Fizz Riven picks are going to help them out a lot in that respect.
Something about the purple team as well is that it's kind of strange with like Ryze is really short range, and then they have this like huge like long range style pick comp. So I feel like Ryze might just be the one defending the split push most of the time, while the other team tries to go for 4v4s.
Yeah, but the only person that's going to be able to really deal with Master Yi if Master Yi gets ahead is going to be Ryze, I think.
Yeah, exactly. And he does have decent wave clear, but he has to wait until it like gets right to his turret. He can't just like walk up and just clear all of it like some other champions can, but that's not too bad. His wave clear isn't bad late. But if Master Yi does get ahead, he could probably kill Ryze. But if he just had under his turret, it should be okay. The Lee Sin pick, though, is kind of strange because he's going to fall off really hard, so I want to see if he's going to be using his kick to actually like peel for Lux and Ashe later on, rather than actually trying to engage on one of them, because I don't know how much follow-up they're going to be able to have with... I mean, they have burst with Lux, but...
It's fine, because they have two like fairly early game carries, so they needed... Or late game carries, so they needed some early game pressure from somewhere. And they also... They gives them a decent amount of disengage, in the form of like Cripple and Dragon's Rage.
Yeah, I just hope the Lee Sin does play it that way, though, because like you can see a lot of bad Lee Sins not knowing how to use kick properly and just always trying to like kick the 80 carry and just end up like getting stunned or something before he even gets to them, like in the mid to late game when they have so much peel. So I want to see how he does specifically. Yeah, I'm sure the early game will go better though for him than Master Yi.
That's going to be important. I mean, a lot of Lee Sins actually forget their role in team fights.
Yeah.
15. Am I in next game? So I'm going to start on these young runes and masteries. Starting with the blue side. This is the blue side, right? Yeah. Okay, so I mean, I'm not an avid Master Yi player. I don't play Master Yi all the time, but I'm fairly certain that whenever you're dealing with runes and masteries, typically you don't want to go like over 21 points in any one category. So like going 0, 16, 14 is pretty good. 16, 0, 14 is pretty good, and then 21, 9 or 21, 0, 9.
Yeah.
Yi's
even
currently
21, 5, 4.
Yeah, but then with Master Yi's, it's like 2604. Instead of putting all those points into offense, I would definitely make sure that you pick up the talent in defense. That's the tier 1 talent, Tough Skin, that reduces damage taken from neutral monsters. That's pretty much quintessential on almost every single jungler. And
what's strange... Oh, sorry, go ahead.
I mean, the attack speed is fine. Yeah, that's definitely fine. For Riven, also fine. Jinx... I would pick up Dangerous Game, because Dangerous Game is an overpowered talent. Other than that, she has good masteries. Pretty much that 21-9 rule that I used, if you're playing any type of carry that deals damage, then you definitely want to go with that. His masteries and runes are good. You notice he takes CDR per level, CDR per level for his blues. That's really good. If you play mid lane, you pretty much want to always use that. His masteries are also fine. I noticed he didn't take the 3 points in the increased AP because he wanted to get that 1 point in, is that blade weaving? Spell weaving. That's fine. Leona is here 21-9. She's forgoing some points in utility for that extra tankiness late game. That's good. Lee Sin, I personally don't take the 3 points in Warlord, and I instead put them in Spell Weaving and Blade Weaving and Double-Edged Sword. If you play a melee champion, you pretty much want to for sure pick up that champion. So if I'm playing Yasuo, if I'm playing Echo, I always pick up Double-Edged Sword. And so in Lee Sin's situation, you should take Double-Edged Sword as well. He goes 21-6-3. I would just go 21-9, and instead of taking Swiftness, you should definitely take Tough Skin. I feel like Tough Skin is a quintessential mastery on a jungler. That 2 damage from neutral monsters is huge.
Juggernaut is a thing additional health, and that's a lot of health.
Yeah, so I really wouldn't put the 3 points in utility. That's not worth it to me. I also see Ash took swiftness. Recovery is a lot more important than swiftness. I don't think swiftness is a very good talent. It's like a shitty version of the tenacity talent. So you should really go for the 2 health per every 5 seconds and lane. That's so good for your laning phase. Like, you don't really think about it. But with the amount of times that you're trading, so like if it's extra 2 health every 5 seconds, I'm not going to do the math right now. But basically take recovery. Trust me, you want to take recovery. If at any point you doubt what I say in terms of your runes and masters, go to pro builds and see what the pros are doing. Like, if they're doing it and it's working out, then it's probably just alright. She also runs flat AD in her reds. I know a lot of ADs. I'm not an attack damage carry main. I don't do AD, but I see most ADs running attack speed in their. Oh, I guess he takes attack speed in his quins. I guess that's fine.
No, most ADs run 80 marks and attack speed quints.
Okay, yeah, so that's right. That's what he has. Okay, we're good then. I'm pretty sure even if you do it the other way around, it isn't that big of a difference. I don't know the math behind why you do, because it's what 6 AD if you do it quints, and
it's about last hitting on.
Okay. And he also has Butcher and Feast, which I think is really important on most AD carries, especially if you have trouble with last hitting. But even then, if you're not, the sustain is really good. Janna, 0-21-9. I don't know about that.
So when you run Janna, you're very disengaged oriented support. You run 921 for benefit of utilities. Your runes, I'm not sure if just you're running them because you don't have any runes, but typically as a support Janna, I like to run AP and health and armor so I can survive and trade lane better.
I don't
but
think you
it's
necessarily.
completely dependent on. It's depending on your playstyle as Janna.
Yeah. Definitely the 0-21-9 should be switched to 0-9-21. The utility is just so massive on Janna, and you really shouldn't need that defense unless you're just taking free trade or just free harass for no reason. Like that would be the only time that you should honestly take 0-21-9, and as Janna, you don't ever take that. If you're ever like worried about your sustain, utility actually helps a lot more for sustain for Janna, in my opinion. I don't think anything else will help, and you'll get to use your shield more often and stuff like that for AD carry. And your runes, like you said, he doesn't have that many runes, I guess, but definitely you could consider taking in the quintessence. I wouldn't take health runes. I would take armor quints. So the health and armor penetration should both just be armor quints. And the glyphs, you want to try and get flat glyphs rather than magic resist per level, because if you take flat glyphs, it kind of helps through her like squishiness early. So instead of having to take 0-21-9 masteries, you can have just flat magic resist glyphs onto there. And then for the seals, you can choose between armor and health. That's kind of like a preference thing. I would say armor is, you should take health if you're taking armor quints. And if you're not taking armor quints, then you can take the 8 health seals. And then marks, you can either take, I sometimes take attack damage on the marks if you try. It depends on the lane, again. If you're playing versus Leona, you can kind of like poke them down because she is a melee support. So you can take attack damage marks instead and try and like shield yourself in auto, but you have to be careful for her trying to engage on your support and always try and queue her out of her engage.
As mostly with the support, it's all almost completely dependent on the matchup you're playing again.
Yeah,
I would look up some of the pro builds and how they build their support and just try to see their thoughts and focus on that.
The last thing for Masteries, or for Lux, I would definitely drop the 1 point and Sorcery for the 1 point Feast, because 1% CDR doesn't really mean much in the big grand scheme of things, whereas 3 health on a minion is huge. Like, it's every single unit you kill. You kill 18 minions, which is like 3 waves, you got 54 health, that's a third of a health potion. Like, that's massive. That lets you stay in lane a lot longer. And
and also another thing I would do is I would run CDR per level glyphs. I know you're playing against what you call it, Fizz, but CDR level gives you 40% CDR at level 8, at level 16 with 1 CDR item, and that's huge for your catch potential.
Fizz taking a lot of
good
minions
engage.
there.
Bucks.
Yeah. Oh.
That was a free flash.
Yeah, that was. Something Lucian should definitely, Mastery should consider doing now is flashing for the Lux. If she's still gonna play this aggressively and try and push in, then.
Oh, what time are you guys at right now?
I'm at 350.
Alright.
I want to see the bot lane right now while mid is backed and Rise is pushed in.
He's just bought that Doran's ring, right?
Yeah.
Engaged by Leona. So what you need to do as Jaina in that position is whenever Leona goes in, you have to cue Leona away from your AD carry.
Yeah. Something you want to do.
Leona should never be able to get on your carry.
Something also is, if you want to kind of fix a positioning error there, is that whenever you're playing versus a hard engage melee support like that, you want to stay close to your AD carry if you're not sure that you can actually like hit them mid-flight. So if you stay close to them, you can be right in front of you, and she won't be able to stick to your AD carry.
So Lux has a pretty big CS lead over Fizz and mid, but Fizz is just not getting to the point where he can actually trade with Lux. So this is can actually end up in generating a kill for him. Lux is playing the matchup fairly well.
Lux is playing way too greedy. You haven't
until
bought
that moment,
items yet.
She had no mana right there.
on Fizz, but you have no mana, you have no flash. You know Fizz has his summoners up. Can't play aggressive like.
You should either back right there. If you back up and he starts to just freeze the lane, you should just back because it's a waste. You will just maybe get experience and you just lose a bunch of CS. Or if he isn't freezing the wave and he just pushes in, just wait under your turret for them to come. He can honestly even turret dive you if you're that low with no mana, so with no flash. So you really have to be careful for that kind of stuff.
And see, that's exactly what I meant by not having kill pressure. So like, unless he makes a mistake. So Fizz made a pretty huge mistake in tanking like an entire wave of minions.
Yeah, earlier,
like level 2, and so he had to back. So he loses a ton of CS. All right. Then Lux is like has like nearly a 20 CS lead. Like that's basically a kill.
A kill.
So
yeah.
instead of so since you were playing that matchup so well at that point, you should just back. Like, there's no reason to die. And if you ran teleport, you could have just backed and teleported back immediately, and you'd be up 20 CS. Have like half an item up, not half an item, like a quarter of an item up over Fizz, and that math is wrong, but you know what I'm trying to say. And essentially you'd have a pretty substantial lead, including a level lead, by the way. But now Fizz is a level ahead instead of Lux being a level ahead, and that's going to be a really, really difficult lane now. Fizz is also using his E very well. So many times Fizz players try to use their E to do damage whenever they're initiating trade, when the reality is you can just like WQ auto 2 times and E out, and you stop the enemy player from trading back most damage.
Lee Sin should, something about this top gank by Lee Sin right now, and why he's probably gonna die, is that Rise should try and communicate. Your top laner, as a top laner, you should always try and communicate whether or not they're rewards, but even worse than that, you should watch your laner's waves, and also how their stats are, and how, like, Rise had no mana, so there's nothing Rise could do there either way, so you ganking, Riven could probably 2v1 you guys there. Like, even if Rise... Yeah, exactly. If Rise has no mana right there, like, you just look at that first, and you can just tell, like, that's just a bad gank. It's better for him to just farm up under turret, and then just back once his teleport is back up, or it is back up now, but, and then just back, and you can come for a gank later when it's a better moment.
Rise needs back.
Yeah, he has TP now, so it's just a waste if he just starts getting denied farm. How much gold does he have actually?
He's got a lot of gold in his pocket right now. He's got 1,000. It's enough for tier.
Yeah.
He might be being greedy and trying to get tier and part of Catalyst. I don't know. He did go Cloud Hammer first too. Yeah. But I mean, getting the part of Catalyst isn't worth losing like 10 CS over.
Yeah.
The only thing that really mattered was tier. Like the moment he got tier, if he was unable to trade, he should have just backed.
Is he gonna? Oh, okay, I thought he was gonna walk back to lane for a second.
So he's stealing Dragon. Doesn't have whatchamacallit ward. This is a bit risky if Dragon was actually warded, but it's not warded.
Something about this mastery, I would say, you can get this first dragon, and it's really good for having kind of control of. I mean, even though it shows time is for everyone now, it kind of does help for having control over more dragons. Lee Sin's actually, is he coming to check this? But wow, you might want to consider doing this dragon after you get your Devourer, so you get those 5 stacks. Wow.
And Lee gets executed by Dragon.
And now they're gonna get dragon. Yeah. You really, you should really wait until you get Devourer there, because I'm also
like a Leona flash. That's a very good engage.
Nicely
good
done.
dodge. Should be able to turn on kill the Lux. Lux flashes. Leona gets out alive.
There's a few mechanical errors there, but
good roam by.
Yeah. Riven made a really good play
she
there.
still has her TP. She could go back up and catch the wave.
Oh, so Riven
She's gonna
lost
do right
literally
now.
nothing in that situation.
Yes.
That was okay. So
Something.
a really good thing that Riven did is that understanding that her wave was pushed to Ryze's turret, like no reason to teleport back top because if you do, you're just gonna be standing there in front of his turret waiting to get ganked. So at that point, you can either walk back to your lane or you can roam and then use your TP to get back to lane. And that was a really good decision because that gave her a lot of presence on the map, gave her team a free dragon essentially, and stopped any like counter engage from red team. Go ahead.
Something about mastery also. If you want to do early dragons like that, again to your masteries, if you were going something like 21-9, you probably wouldn't have died to that dragon. You would have been able to take it, but since you went 21-0-4 where you just have no defense, it was insanely hard for you to take it, especially pre-devourer. So that's just some of the things you can look at if you ever plan on trying to take early dragons.
Yeah, I cannot stress enough how important those 2 points and the reduced minion damage are. It's huge, it really is. Because it's not just like any one camp you should be considering how much damage it's reducing, it's every single camp. So like even when you take Raptors, when you're taking damage from 4 things at once, that's like 8 damage a second that you're blocking essentially. Good on Ryze.
Oh wow, nicely done Ryze, that was a great flash. To know that
Damn.
engages.
There's Ryze doing damage for no reason, boys. Good god. He has a ruby crystal and a tear. Like, I want to point out that none of those actually boost his combat stats. So just
exactly.
help him at all.
Tear does.
So tear does. Like, the not even stacked tear does. I was like, I'm pretty sure mana helps. The extra 109 mana that gives him. Yeah.
Yeah, that's
250 for base, that's right.
Around.
I hate Ryze. Champion is stupid.
It gets him around 150 damage. Extra.
About Jinx right now. Okay, hold on. We'll watch this first. Okay, that was just good.
Disengaged by Janna.
Jinx, try not to. Oh wow, that ult was very.
Unbeatable re-engage by Ashe. You don't have mana.
Yeah, you don't have anyone coming to you at all. Your TP's down, so I mean, there wasn't much you could do there.
Not a good roam by
having some
Riven,
crazy
too.
presence on the map right now. One thing that I'm noticing about most of the differences between like players that are winning their lanes and players that are not winning their lanes is knowing when they need to back off of fights. Like, you notice Fizz, you got the E slow onto Lee Sin to let Riven catch up to him, but Fizz didn't actually go in. Like, Fizz knew that if he went in, he would just die. So instead of going in, he's like, oh, okay, I can help you by giving you the slow here, but then I'm out. And that's exactly what he did, and now Riven has another kill.
Right here, that was really good. Oh, okay, never mind. I didn't watch Leona if she or not. I thought she waited to E until the Janna tornado came in. That's something that if you're playing type of support like that and they have a Janna or someone who can just disengage, you want to try and bait out some of the cooldowns and then go in, because after the tornado comes in, then you can stick onto their AD carry and stun them, rather than waiting until or not waiting until you just go for it and then they'll just knock you off.
By the way, in terms of jungling, if I'm in the Lee Sin's position right now, instead of ganking, like, you should really just farm your jungle. Like, you're getting behind in levels, you're very behind in gold. None of your ganks are working out, and the reason why a lot of the ganks aren't working out is because you're not waiting for relevant CC to land before you engage on the gank. One thing, the reason why jungle is so hard to do is because you have to know every single lane matchup, so you know which one of your lanes should be winning, and you know which one of your lanes should be losing, and then you know which lanes provide the relevant CC to make a gank successful. So, like, in this situation, that's gonna work out just because Leona was really low. But in reality, what you should be waiting is for Ashe to get it to pick a target with his arrow while he just sits in the bush waiting. And the moment she gets hit by arrow, now he can go in and do the damage he needs to do. So he should really be putting most of his pressure, like, at the beginning of the game. The kill pressure in most of his lanes was pretty much not very good. Like, Ryze has a really good snare that would help, but Ryze doesn't really have that much damage to help him follow up. But he could have killed Riven with Ryze. Bot lane, you have Janna knock up, but that's still more effective than ganking, say, mid, or Fizz is just going to E away. But that's something you need to keep in mind when you're the jungler. Look at what lanes can actually even be ganked. Like, if you don't do that, you're assuming that the other laner just makes a horrible mistake, which is what happened in bot lane.
Yeah, always when you're playing jungle, you want to be looking at every single lane, like over and over. Like right here, like say Lee Sin was here right now, he could have had a great gank right there. There's no war on the bot side, and
Riven TP's to the blue buff. This is really important blue because if Lux doesn't have blue, she
I
can't.
think
play
Rise
clear.
should TP in here.
That's a dead lead.
No.
Or
Now,
not.
now it's too late, yeah.
Good cancel.
Yeah, that was a good cancel. That Lee Sin should have not played so aggressively there. After they were all there, he should have just waited for the TP, and then they could have gone in.
That was a good ward by Leona getting the deep wards because as a support, your role in the game is to have good vision, and one of the ways you have good vision to scout out ganks, to do these kind of invades, is to have deep wards. So good job.
Yeah. The big thing about the difference in like the ways that like good supports versus bad supports are warding, Leona knows that she has pressure on, or that her team has pressure on the map, and what's really good about that is that whenever you get deep wards, you can play based on how you want to play. You don't have to play reactively like when you have a defensive ward. If you're warding like you're blue or you're red, that's only defensive. You only see them once they're there, and you might not have enough time to react. Whereas if you ward the river and farther up in the river, like say their wraiths, or you ward like close to where their blue buff is, and you see them roaming through there, you'll know that they're going to one side of the map, you know somewhere else is clear. And it's way better for vision.
Yeah, that was a dead lead.
That is a dead fish.
That's
Yep, make sure you manage your man.
nicely.
So
That was this Rise is doing great.
That's a good engagement. Rise is gonna be a huge problem in it.
Yeah, he's farming pretty decently as well. I mean, he can do better, but 96 is not bad, especially when he's stacking up his tier really well. Right here,
A little
this
overzealous by you.
Yeah,
By a little, I mean
that's
very
really-
overzealous.
Very, yeah.
He's
He was
not
all
at the
alone.
point where he could go in 1v5 yet.
Yeah.
That's in 45 minutes.
He should just be stacking right now.
I mean, both junglers are running into the problem where they're not really sure of their roles or their power spikes. What I mean by that is Lee Sin's ganking lanes that can't really be ganked very well, as opposed to, you know, like the bot lane with no escapes. Because, like, bot lane had no disengage at the beginning of the game, so, like, 1 through 5, he really could have just chilled in bot lane all game. He has, like, Janna slow, Janna knockup. They can just, like, do a lane gank, collect kills. And then top lane at 6, like, you can just go up there and ruin Riven's day. But the problem that's happening right now is that Lee Sin didn't hit his window of opportunity where he had the massive power spike, where he would just dump on everyone, essentially. And he isn't farmed enough to the point to where he can actually do that. So he's taking a lot of engages that are kind of questionable.
Something I want to talk about the builds of both junglers right now is that Mastery, I agree. I mean, not Mastery. Lee Sin, I agree. You should go Sightstone after you get Trailblazer or Warrior. And you really want to switch your warding totem into just great job by Fizz right there to dodge. You want to
I'm not sure if you actually had to flash that, but what works, what works.
I meant the Q dot with the E, but yeah, I agree. The warding totem, you want to make sure you switch to a sweeper instead, because you already have Sightstone, so you really don't need that extra ward, unless you're literally ward hopping like all the time, like every chance that you get. Here, if we send
Interesting fade by This is a good roam by Riven, or not Riven, by Rai.
I mean, even if Rise had gotten there, there's no way Yi was killing Lee. Like that, this is not the time at which you want to be messing with Lee Sin. I mean, he got his ultimate 2 levels ago, yeah, but Dragon's Rage, he has crazy base damage, whether he's behind or not. Maybe if he had played U moves, that would have worked out. At least played. But other than that, like even if you're ahead of Lee Sin, until you have like items that scale, like I'm talking like attack speed / crit scaling, not like flat AD scaling, because that doesn't really scale well with Mastery. But until you have probably Blade of the Rune King U moves, you don't want to try and 1v1 Lee Sin. Most people, I mean, even 80 carries don't want to 1v1. Your mid laner doesn't want to. Well, he has Fizz, so it's a little different. But in a lot of situations, even your mid laner isn't going to want to 1v1 Lee Sin. Lee Sin can be 0-6, hit level 6, and still global you. Like, that's just the thing that happens.
Something really, really bad right now that's happening is Mastery only has 3 stacks at 18 minutes. Usually you want to start getting your Sated Devourer close to 20, like, and then like max 25 minutes. I mean, honestly, like late game won't really matter at like what time he gets it if they get to late game, but still, he's not going to have any pressure right now.
That
and
blue
he
steal
just
was
lost
sick.
another. Yeah, that ward was great right there. But, and also, he did have 5 health pots, which you really don't need unless like this is happening the whole time, unless Lux is just ulting you like every single time you're out here, but you don't want to put 5 health pots usually.
Going back to the health pot, Lee bought 4 health pots back when he died to Dragon, and he hasn't even used. I'm not sure if he actually used all of them.
Yeah. Yeah, again, he should just also needs to be trying to go for some more scuttles. And if he had like an upgraded sweeper right now, I mean he can't really upgrade it because he just hit 9. But if he had a sweeper right now, he could at least sweep some of the vision in his jungle because he knows that they're harassing him in there.
Red
Like
team has 3 warding trinkets.
Yeah.
That's a lot of vision you got on the map.
Yeah, right there again. Janna just like great. How did that was weird. But wow, that was really good by Janna to just walk up and ward that. Oh, great ult. That was.
So good Janna disengage, good Lux follow up.
That was a really good ult by Leona, but unfortunately they had everything to follow up with it, and the Lux did great. Shooting from there. Oh, that might be. Fizz is roaming in right now. I'm not sure if there's much you can do. They spotted him coming with that ward.
Yeah, vision wins games.
Yeah, you
Red
can
team has
see
great
the red
vision.
Yeah, they have.
Blue team
they have
doesn't
4
have good
pinks on the
vision.
map. The only thing about red team on your vision, you have 3 pinks in your red side jungle. You can start moving those up. I mean, don't be scared to just like say like, oh, I'm wasting it. Like, I think that's Ryze's pink in there. Here, I can check. Yeah, Ryze's pink in that tri-bush. You already took his turret, and really he's like no one's going there to try and kill it. So you can move that up to even like the bush right there in front of tri-bush, or even into the bush next to Scuttle, and even into like into their jungle territory with this much pressure. Oh, they actually have 5, right? 5.
That's more
that
pink
was
wards
the
than what happens in Diamond.
That was the ballsiest teleport ever. I do not support or condone that teleport at all, other than the fact that it was manly. Like, you don't want to
Going
TP
back
unless...
to the vision
Alright, go ahead.
problem. When you have pink wards, the goal of the pink wards is to deny vision and provide vision to enemy jungle. And what, especially if you're running with 4 sight stones, or not stealth totems right now, and only 1 sweeper, that's crucial to maintaining control. Because again, if you don't have vision, you can make picks. So you win games.
Once you guys hit level 9, you definitely want to start upgrading. I see that Ryze and Ashe did that already, and so did Jinx. 80 carries, usually, if they go blue trinket, they don't really need to upgrade that soon. Especially since 80 carries rely a lot on gold, unlike mid laners who rely on levels more often. But you really, once you hit 9, especially for the supports, you want to try and get upgraded sweeper, because it just denies so much more vision. Also, Dragon's coming up right now, so I'm pretty sure red team's going to get this one with how much vision control they have of it right now and how much control they have of the red side jungle of blue team.
That's going to be a dead Leon, or not. That could have been a dead Leon if Ryze had his give up. But now that definitely could.
Yeah, he's probably going to.
Ryze missed a few skill shots.
Tanky for no reason.
He should have if he was going to flash right there, he should have probably
flashed
either way. Yeah, he should have flashed over the thing also, over the brush.
Still, he has TP, so it's only 30 seconds.
Yeah, that's not bad. They're not going to go up Dragon for that. Something big is also, you don't want to try and make too many risky plays before a Dragon. Honestly, red team has so much control right now that they can do that. Oh, let's see if I think Fizz is probably going to get that. Okay, yeah. You don't want to try and make too many risky plays before a Dragon because you can end up giving that up and even more.
And here's... Ow.
Oh, that was really good by Lux.
Good
okay,
job.
He's still dead.
But...
Yeah. Oh wow, Mastery just walked into that. Yeah, Fizz and Mastery have to back. Is Mastery really gonna try this on his own right now? They have so much.
He bought his pots. This teleport in from Ryze. Does he have home guard? He doesn't have home guard. And he's dead. Or not.
There's 2 people in the game right now.
He went back in. Now he's dead.
Okay, I take back everything I said. You know, I don't know what I'm talking about. That Ryze damage is absurd, man.
I mean, Ryze does have Froa, and he has Glacial, and he has a halfway stack tier. That's a lot of damage.
It is a lot of damage. But he just walked into 2 people and just, like, gave them the work. I guess Mastery's health wasn't that high. I don't know, I'm really bad at gauging Ryze's damage. Because it's hard to kill him, and it's also hard to... I think Ryze is sleeper OP, I'm just gonna be honest. Like, especially with the way the TP meta, like, I'm gonna call it the TP meta, is working out. The mid laner and your top laner are both running teleport, and you're having pressure pretty much whenever, and you can clean up after everyone's mistakes. I feel like early game champions aren't really early game champions anymore. They can be whatever they want to be. Like, this is America. You just do what you want now.
Right here.
Warren is a late game champion, but you want to be an early game champion. That's what this meta is about.
again with red team's vision, you can always try and change your vision. Now that dragon's down, you want to start trying to move it deeper into their jungle even, and less focused on dragon. You can start getting it around Baron and even blue side. They do have a lot of pinks around Baron, but they're all defensive. And like I said before, you want to try and get some more offensive wards into their jungle so that you can play more actively than reactively.
What I will point out is that the most important thing on this map, blue team right now, should be this mid turret. Like, taking mid turret gives you so much vision control and so much control over the map. Because whenever you engage on them, they have nowhere to run. And that was a beautiful engage.
That was great by Fizz. And Jinx. No one's on Jinx right now, but she's not going to do any damage.
Janna needs to ult immediately and get that away from her carries.
Yeah. That was actually... I didn't think Ryze was gonna die there that quickly.
Me neither. It's because
I didn't think Fizz could do that much damage.
I guess he does have Merc.
He has armor.
He has Glacial Shroud.
He doesn't have any MR.
Oh, he has Merc Dreads, 25
a
MR.
great escape for Lee.
I think Fizz will probably hop over the Baron right here and get it. I hope he does at least. Oh, I guess
Can't
not.
make up his mind on who he wants to kill.
Yeah, he needs to be more decisive on that.
He can do the thing. He can do what he wants. He's a pretty big fish right now.
Jinx is actually like, I mean, she's gonna be a pretty big threat right now. She is 1-2-1, but she has 190 farm.
What?
And
this?
Oh, if he would have jumped on her,
she would have died. 100%.
And now, okay. Maybe he was scared he wouldn't get out. I don't know. I'm saying that might have been his mentality, but I would have jumped on her right there. His team was there to back him up, so.
Or you just ignited her, then you would have killed her no matter what.
Yeah.
And he would have gotten style points.
Yeah, it's true. You know, as much as it looks like blue team is like getting destroyed right here because of like how much control red team has of the map, they're only down 2k right now, which is not that bad. The only thing is that red team has a really good late game with the Jinx and Master E, but blue team still has that as well with Ashe and Ryze, so it's not that bad, but Lee Sin is going to fall off pretty hard soon. So I want to see how they play around that, and if Lee Sin starts to play more of like a support style jungler rather than just trying to like kill everyone. Or
I
kill
said Lee Sin should just be farming his jungle.
Once getting the items, she can almost one-shot Jinx, one-shot Fizz, and one-shot Riven. Or not one, like two-shot.
At least Lucent Singularity and Final Spark, yeah. But Lee Sin is down, was down 3 levels from Riven and 2 levels from Yi. So when you're jungling, even if you have a good score, you need to be cognizant of the fact that your levels do matter. Like, I understand that you're ganking, you want presence on the map, but you need to farm that jungle sometimes. If you don't, you're gonna fall behind in base stats, and that's not good.
I see that a lot actually with
that happens
junglers
all the time.
Yeah, they have a lot of kills, and since they have so many kills, they keep going back for more, and they just forget to farm. Like exactly as you're saying.
They're just like, yo, I got money in the bank. My score is good.
Lee Sin's especially. I usually say on Lee Sin because he has so much like gank pressure and so much like kill pressure early that he can do that if he gets ahead, and even not even only ahead. Like he was 0-3 and he still did this, but he's level 11, and I mean Mastery's only 1 level up on him, but he needs to be careful because he hasn't farmed a camp in a while.
I can drag you.
Or what you can do if you choose to do that gank heavy path, you lane tax the hell of your lane.
Yeah, that's true.
Right now, he's starting to fall off in terms of stats. Like, him being, when he was 10 and Yi was 12, like, there's so much difference between having a level 2 ultimate and a level 1 ultimate, especially on Lee Sin, because the base damage on Dragon's Rage is disgusting. So just not getting that power spike right there would have been really big if Blue Team took advantage of it.
James got chunked out, so that's a free
Something huge. Oh, wow. That was very overzealous. That flash,
that was
too.
A man like you.
Flashed out and then W, too. They're safeguarded to his teammates there. Oh, wow.
Riven too deep.
Yeah. That was a really good ult is off, but then...
So when you play Janna, when you disengage, you also want to use your ultimate to heal, but that's a lot of health you add.
Yeah, she did just... She stopped her ultimate. I'm gonna go back and watch that actually to see if someone was on her. Or if she... Right here... Oh, hold on. Let's see this. So yeah.
And also, as Jaina, you shouldn't really need Chalice yet. What you need is Shurelya's, so you can actually like help your team disengage and make picks.
Something I noticed whenever the Lee Sin died, and when Fizz hit a ult onto Ashe, Riven should have flashed up way more quickly. I noticed that she waited. I don't know if her flash, maybe her flash was down. I don't know, but I don't think it was. Right when Fizz hit the shark onto the Ashe, he should have gone in.
You know, pretty sure Shirley doesn't exist anymore, Johnny. By the way. I think you mean Talisman.
Please, I'm old.
I'm pretty sure Shirley doesn't exist anymore.
That was a really good by Lee Sin, but I think that, yeah.
That was a good Janna Q.
One thing I really noticed about these games is you guys gotta be more careful about what engages you're picking and how hard you're going. Because
yeah, you have to know
you're overextending outside their team in team fights to like go in, and you shouldn't do that.
Yeah, you have to know, like, you have to know your team comp, especially on how mobile they are. A lot of times I'll see, especially junglers and top laners do this, when they're like the engages of the team, they will not know how far their team can actually follow up with them, and they'll end up going like 3 times the length of like how fast, like, of how far your team can get there, and they'll be all on their own. Kind of how earlier you saw Lee Sin like go under turret to try and kill someone. His team was right there, but no one could do anything for him because it was just...
For example, like this arrow. What was the point of this arrow? You have Lux against 4 people.
Yeah, Lee Sin's not going to be able to... Janna will literally do nothing there. Maybe a tornado if she catches up fast enough, but I don't think she will. And Lee Sin was too far away for that.
Lux doesn't have the damage yet to one-shot person, even with the Ashe arrow.
Yeah.
At least forward for that. So
especially with a tanky support.
Yeah, it'll be like almost one shot.
Something big though is that Red Team is did a really good job early as well, getting pressure in Mastery's jungle, and he still hasn't finished his Sated Power. He's still stacking that up, and he's only on 21 right now, 30 minutes into the game. You can see people getting it at 15 minutes on champions like Udyr, and usually Masteries get it around like 20, 21 minutes if they like actually gank. If they don't, they can even get it around like 16, 17 minutes. So, I'm not, yeah, got the flash at least.
Not sure if you actually had to flash.
Yeah, exactly. That's something.
You have to gauge, like, is your team coming to you? If your team comes to you, can you win this trade? That's a good pickup by. That's gonna be a force flash. Good pickup by Rye. Look at that damage! Isn't that amazing, Khalil?
I don't want to talk about this game anymore. This Ryze play is triggering me. I really hate Ryze.
His Archangel's fully stacked Rod and working on complete facials.
I hate the champion so much. I hate champions that do things for no reason. It brings back memories. That's why it brings back memories of games I've lost to Ryze players.
Jinx is pretty big right now, their team, and then the Ashe is pretty big on the other team. So I just want to see how they play on their AD carries. How they're both. Jinx is a bit more of a hyper carry, but Ashe can still do a lot of work late game. This is Mastery. Needs to go right now and help. Yeah.
Damn! Was that Rush?
That was great.
That was
Am I watching Korean solo queue? Wait a second.
That was really, really good.
Holy shit. I don't even know anything to say about that. That was the play. Holy shit. I'm shadow playing that. That was amazing. Holy shit.
I think Fiona might be dead here. Yeah. Unless his team can save him. Or her. No, she's dead. They should just back right here. They shouldn't try and save that. They're just gonna die. Master E, he really needs to just back right now.
It's good to see
if he goes in
from
farm,
last week. Made a bad
it is good that
people sat there under turret, like 1 versus 4, defending it.
Like, yeah, they're definitely gonna take that. I really disagree with this. Mastery getting for that. If he had back, he had a chance of him they could just rush that and go to it. They should know that they're on Baron right now, but it looks like Mastery didn't even react to it. And Fizz will probably die here. Yeah.
You lost it. You shouldn't go in.
Yeah. Once Baron is gone like that, you don't want to go and lose more off of it.
Unless you know you can finish.
Yeah,
team,
exactly.
And as a 2v5, it's pretty hard to make that case.
Pro tip as players, whenever you E over wall, you can use the or it's called, what is this E called? Well, basically the second part of his E, you can go back over the wall. So he didn't actually have to land in the middle of their team there. He could have gone back over the wall.
It's just some mechanical stuff that you need to learn.
Yeah, Playful Trickster. When you can use Playful to go over the wall, and then use Trickster to go back over the wall.
Yeah, you can. It's like really it's a really versatile spell. The way you use it, you can like flash with it. You can do all sorts of things with it. It's also great for like jungle Fizz when he's trying to steal buffs.
I'm a master Season 3 Fizz player. Alright, 100 games, 75% win rate. I still don't know how to lane his Fizz, but that's okay. You can win his Fizz. You don't need to know how to lane.
You get 20 CS and you win.
Yep. Oh, epic shots. 34 minutes, no Devourer, question mark? We'll just let that tell the tale. Alright?
He is gonna be one stack off after he gets this scuttle right here.
This is called the Come Up, part 1 of Master Yi's story. It starts at 45 minutes.
Yeah, Master, you should definitely know, scuttles are probably the most important thing while you're trying to stack Devourer. They give you 2
stacks.
and they don't do any damage to you, so it's kind of just like getting a free stack. And a lot of times you can just get free sustain off of them.
That's a questionable manly by Redman.
Right here, they should just not fight this. While the other team has Baron, they should just go with this dragon.
Especially
and then
when
fight
you
the next
flash over the wall.
They should, this isn't 5th either. They should just give this up and try and fight for whenever 5th comes up. But right now, there's no way they should fight this. And if 5th does come up,
should not flash over the wall if you don't have vision of the enemy to try to get a kill. Because most likely you're gonna die.
Red team had more vision in Dragon Pit and around Dragon Pit than I think blue team has placed this entire game. So, I don't know about that Riven
vision is a bit overdone right now though.
That's a little
around
overkill.
Dragon. Like, they don't need those wards there. They could get wards like so deep into the enemy team and literally just like win the game off of it right now.
Look
Rather
at
than
that rise damage, isn't that great?
Can you stop telling me about the rise damage?
Oh,
I'm getting visibly upset.
Did you guys see that teleport by Riven?
Oh, I don't know. I
At
was
that
looking at
close
chat.
of a point, I'm not sure if you have the gold. You didn't have the gold, but home guard would be a lot more effective. You're also wasting. Oh, nice ult by Jinx. But you're wasting a good engage tool. So you. Yep, Rise can turn this around or not.
I think Riven will just get out of here. It's fine. Now bot's just gonna push, and something that's really, really bad about this, well, that I noticed earlier too with the whole Mastery not having TP, is that his team can't really 4v4 as easily because they first of all don't have any wave clear except for maybe Fizz E, but he can't just use that if the other team is like sieging. He'll just die without an escape. So not having that wave clear is really killing them right now, and they're just getting sieged on really, really hard. That's why you see all 3 lanes just being pushed in constantly.
That is a lot of damage out of Fizz. And generally, I would not encourage what he did, but
yeah,
when you do that much damage, you can do what you want to do.
Wow. Was that the Luden's proc?
Yeah, it was the Luden's proc that killed him.
Okay.
I don't know why. I think it procced off his passive.
Oh, okay, okay. So it procced off the tick, off his
off
dot,
the tick of
right?
his W.
Okay, okay, gotcha.
That's pretty sick. That's pretty sick.
So I was like, how the fuck did he just die?
Yeah, at first I was confused, and I was like, oh wait, this is a grape champion.
So for Lux, you typically do. It's better to buy a Void Staff to have more AP because of how high your base damage are for your. Do more damage in a. But I guess the Zonias can also be really important if you aren't reviving a team.
Alright, so how does blue team come back into this game? Well, for one...
Okay, well, first of all,
Mastery stop being solo queue heroes and dying by themselves.
Yeah. something really big now is 38 minutes into the game. Our boy Master Yi has sated Devourer, so I say that's the first step to it. Even though he's super weak, and it's probably not going to be even affect the game anymore. Another thing would be is if when 5th Dragon comes up, they somehow take it and then kill the other team there if they're out of position. And also, if
that red team's vision has started to fail a bit, so what you need to do is you want to establish your vision control and then make picks, and that's how you come back in games. You make picks, you win uneven fights, and slowly by slowly snowballs happen.
The problem is I can't see blue team getting vision right now unless they change their trinkets. That is the way to come back into this for sure, and they would be able to start getting more objectives, start getting pressure on the map, and especially be able to start taking turrets after they get kills off those wards, like picks they can get off the wards. But they need to be really careful right now because Ryze is split pushing, and there he is, yeah.
And Ryze is gonna come in and do a
right behind them and just destroy them, yeah. Unless they just turn on him right now. Yeah, if they can just kill Ryze really quickly.
Other teams should collapse a lot faster, but
I'm ahead
they
of you
are
guys.
pretty
That's a
big.
little awkward, but yeah.
What Jaina needed there was ancient. What's the upgraded version of an ancient coin? It's not Shirelia's.
Talisman of Ascension.
Talisman, Shirelia's, whatever. You need Shirelia's in that situation so you can disengage
Yeah.
from that team fight.
Generally, when you're playing support, there's a lot of times when you want to get between Face of the Mountain and Relic or Talisman of Ascension. Usually, you want to get Talisman of Ascension either if you're trying to disengage or actually engage as well. It kind of looks like a better glory almost because the cooldown is so short. But I'd say the main reason you want to get Face of the Mountain is when you're trying to stop burst. So, if Fiona was on the other team right now, her build would be great. You know, getting Face of the Mountain, trying to stop the burst from like a Fizz. You know, that's great against Fizz. But right now, she is playing against a team that has a complete pick comp. They have Lux and they have Ashe, and then they have people who can follow up to get to them. So you definitely want to get Talisman of Ascension to get your team out of there. And even right now, a great item for the blue team to get is definitely a Locket. That Ryze and that Lux are just destroying their team with AoE magic damage, and you definitely want to get a Locket on their team. And that's something that's absolutely killing them.
Yeah, a free 20 magic resist for all your carries is kind of a big deal. You have to remember that magic resist and armor both work in terms of effective health. If you have 1,000 health or whatever, and you add 20 magic resist, that's 20% effective health. It's basically like having 200 extra HP. Instead of saying having a ruby crystal having 150 health, you'd have 200.
Good game.
Well.
Ryze broken. Rito, please.
GG.
God.
I hate Lux's ult so much. You guys have no idea.
I don't know.
And they're putting spoilers in the Switch channels for us. I realized
exactly. Yeah, I'm like, god damn it, they just got it's like, will they come back today? Like, they get Baron and everything. Oh, Ryze is OP, he's gonna kill all of us.
Fucking...
Oh, right there? That's what actually might have lost them the game. Or, that is the reason they lost the game, obviously, because now we know they lost the game, but...
Lot spoilers, man. Lot spoilers.
Yeah. But right after Baron, they should have been ready for Dragon. They should have... They're all up right now, and none of them are, like, even headed towards Dragon.
Who do you think did the most damage on the red team?
Shut up.
Red
team? You know what? Who wants to replace Jonathan on the caster's desk? Because I'm tired of hearing about Ryze. I fucking hate Ryze. I just want everyone to know, as a general rule of thumb, I hate Ryze. If you play Ryze, I hate you. If you know someone that plays Ryze, I hate you. If your friend contracts some fatal disease and he was a Ryze main, I have no sympathy. I'm just gonna be real with you. I hate Ryze. That's one of my least favorite champions in League of Legends. I cannot express to you enough how much I hate that champion.
Oh yeah, that's really, really bad.
Turn his Q into a skill shot, and I'm thinking, oh, this is gonna make him into more of a less, like, oppressive champion. Like, it takes talent to play him now. No, they just made his E do loads of damage. Like, that's how they solve that.
Whoa.
Don't even see, you don't even have to land the Q. Who cares about Qs?
Yeah, again, something that we were talking about earlier with Lux taking teleport. She has distortion boots, so if you are gonna go like something like distortion boots, teleport's so good with that. It decreases flash and teleport's cooldowns. So pretty big thing. You can see something that most of red team upgraded their trinket, whereas 3 people on blue team didn't.
That's actually huge
Reason
now that
why
you
the
mention it.
Fizzin- Yeah, the vision game was so good for red team. You could see, and all their trinkets are upgraded. And I think, did both teams have double side stone, or was it just?
No, it was just red.
Just red team.
Okay,
That's why
so
red
red
team was
team
just
had-
drowning in vision.
Yeah, they had double side stone. I think Lee Sin was warding a lot as well, not only using it for his ward hops. And then they had 3 different upgraded stealth totems. So that's huge.
That's incredible
Right there.
vision.
That's why-
Like blue team,
Yeah.
like especially
Oh,
I'm
that is
gonna,
so-
I'm gonna call out Shannock on blue team. Like despite good laning, despite making good plays, you were the highest elo person on your team, and you have no upgraded trinket. I'm triggered right now. I'm visibly upset.
Yeah.
And both you and the amount of damage that I'm gonna see that this Rise did. I'm not even gonna check the damage graph because I don't want to know. I do want to know.
Rise actually Lux did,
Did
the
less
most.
damage than Lux. I mean, it's Lux.
That does make
Actually,
sense.
Ash
Lux
did a
does have.
Ash did do a comparable amount of damage. I'm surprised. But fuck Rise. I don't care.
I think that makes sense though with Lux doing. She has the really short cooldown ultimate, so whenever she hits that, she gets AoE on everyone and just does all that damage. And even though Rise does AoE as well, he does more single targeted compared to Lux. So it does make sense that Lux did more damage, and she did do really well that game. Just laning phase, she could work on really laning phase and how aggressive she's playing.
But yeah, late game, you did a good job. You made the right picks. You ulted the right targets. You did a lot of damage. You kept your allies alive with your shield. So going back to the vision game, we looked at the amount of wards that each person placed. So Ash placed 15 wards. Jaina placed 43 wards. Lee placed 30 wards. Rise placed 15 wards. And Lux placed 30 wards.
Wow.
A lot.
Now look at Fizz's. Without
Other
being
team.
updated.
What? Fizz has 3 wards. He has 11. Not that many.
Yeah, definitely. Also, Leona, you
Jinx has
definitely want to upgrade.
more wards placed than E, Riven, and Fizz. That's an 80 carry. That should never happen.
Something big about Vision in general also, for Lee Sin, I said it before, make sure you, right when you get Sightstone, you switch to your Sweeper. Same with supports. I think you guys both did them in this game. And also, once you guys hit level 9, especially the supports, you definitely want to upgrade your Sweeper as fast as possible. I understand if it's not possible or if you need it for a core item, like 250 gold. But if you do have 250 gold and you don't have a core item like waiting, you don't have to buy anything really important, definitely upgrade it, because that's actually one of the best items for its gold value in the game. If not the best, honestly.
Alright, let's see how many people show up for this game. Oh. 2 people. 2 people.
Oh, can I get the
2
invite?
people. Yeah. Man, my gold players are just not showing this week. Good God.
I don't know if they like you, man.
Apparently they
If
don't.
we need anyone, I can get someone in here if you need anyone.
They're like, fuck that Nox guy.
What ranks are we playing right now?
This
Is
be
it the
gold
same
and
people?
platinum, but all my gold players are
Okay.
like dead. And by dead, I mean none of them accepted my invite. One, two, three, four. 1, 2, 3, 4. So 4 people have showed up. Who are top ADC champions? Vayne, and Vayne.
Everyone's.
Jinx. Who else
Try
is
to link this
strong?
into the. Try to link the Discord into chat, because
Yeah.
Cry or Cree 45 wants it.
Alright, so we've got 5 people. We need 5 more. Got half a game going. Delta Drake, hey man, I'm gold. Fuck you, Andrew. Who else are we missing? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I need 5 more people. I need 5 homies. The champion who's always seen bot lane. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. We got 6 people. We'll probably put Anarchist in this game too. Then we'll have 7. That'll balance out having also Spieler playing.
I wouldn't feel good about that.
Well, also Spieler's plat 5.
I'm just joking. Yeah, it's my elo, so not bad. Oh,
we're not using Jonathan. Jonathan, get the fuck out of there. Fucking troller dog.
Diamond scares me, man.
Don't be scared. Johnny
I'm
shit.
joking. I'm just joking.
I'm kidding. I love you, Johnny.
Yeah, I love playing versus Diamond 5s, but I hate them on my team. No offense, it's
Dude,
just some of them are really,
everyone
really...
should hate having Diamond Boss on the team. You get
Yeah,
Diamond 5,
so like the worst is like I played a game where they have like 4 plat 1s, like promos, high LP. I have like all Diamond 5, like 0 LP. I'm like, what the fuck is this?
Dude, you
get
can
a
believe
bunch of
that one
tryhards.
team is not trying, and it is definitely
Yeah.
not the enemy team.
Holy shit.
You are here. This is TAMU League Academy. You are here because you've been judge-worthy enough to sit atop Khalil's throne. Don't know yet. Alright, we need 4 people from... We need to dig up... No, 3 people. I need to dig up 3 people. From the silver... Dude, I should put Snips in this game. If I really wanted to make this... No, I think Blood Pirates and fucking... Delta Drake, and I think they would just kill the game.
Hey, just let me
Daniel said he'll
like
play.
Hunter.
Oh, the big D said he could play.
Oh, D? Holy. I'll play against
me
him.
on Discord. Alright, Andrew.
Which team should I be on? Or am I playing or no?
Yes. I don't know which team you're on yet, though. Give me a second.
Just let me know.
Where's Andrew? Andrew. Where's Andrew's name in Discord? Damn it. Where are you?
A lot, but Riven can shield and stun.
Oh, by the way, guys, I don't have a write-up done yet. I might go ahead and do that, but
That'd
honestly,
be a good idea.
I would check out the video for sure because there's a lot of shit in there, and like there's a lot of shit in there. So I think it would be to pretty much everyone's
One
benefit
quick
to check
question.
it out. What's up?
Where's Rise's fucking counterplay with
Okay.
the W? Where the
Rise's
fuck
counterplay, it doesn't exist. Rise actually
Yeah,
triggers
so-
me. What's
You
up?
usually just dodge the game.
Can you invite my roommate?
Where's the video?
He is Parabellum777.
Yeah.
So wait,
Also at
you
TAMU.
guys are all A&M? Like,
Yeah, we're pretty much all Aggies.
Uh-huh.
Man, Lorenzo taught me so much.
I'm from the LCS.
oh nice. I'm guessing I'm the youngest one here then.
Alright, cool.
Khalil, I'm gold.
Shut up, Andrew. Oh, there you are. Okay, I found you. But honestly, Rise is a stupid fucking champion. Like, I would not be able to go ask someone with higher elo than me, like, how to tell you to play against Rise, because I wouldn't be able to tell you, because I don't even lane against the fucker, and I lose every game to Rise. He's like, okay, pretty much every early game champion that you are afraid to pick because they're early game, you should probably not actually be afraid to pick them, because if you run teleport, especially on your mid lane, which you should, because you get a whole lot of pressure from running a TP mid lane, you can turn everyone's mistakes into a reason for you to snowball. So it doesn't matter if you're playing Anivia like Vayne, because if their bot lane goes hard on your bot lane, both of them die, or your bot lane dies, and you have like 2 people at 100 sub 100 HP. Master Yi TP's in, or Anivia TP's in and just kills both of them, and you know, no more early game power spike. Like, it doesn't matter anymore. You're just late game, just like that. So mid laners, unless you 100% know you have kill pressure on the other laner, like your Fizz playing against Lux, run TP. So Lux should have run TP there, and every single time the Fizz went on her, say, you know what, fuck it, I don't want to deal with this. You go back, and you just teleport back in. Or you walk back to lane, and then teleport bot lane. Like, you run that on Lux, run that on Nivea. I'll run Yasuo teleport mid. Like, it doesn't matter. It gives you so much lane pressure and presence on the map.
Would I still do Ignite on Riven?
No. If you're playing Riven, I mean, in solo queue, you could argue you could run teleport or Ignite, because, I mean, there's usually not enough coordination in solo queue to where you can come off with good teleport ganks.
I'm talking about mid lane Riven.
Mid lane, it depends on who you're laning against. If you're laning against Anivia, I honestly don't think you're going to kill Anivia. Like, at that point, you're relying on Anivia to misplay or do something really stupid in order for you to kill her. And I don't know if that's a reliable recipe for success, whereas you can expect that there's going to be a bot lane skirmish that you can probably capitalize on, whereas you're probably not going to kill Anivia. But that's just my advice. Like, you look at every pro builds build you look at every pro build for every build on pro builds right now, you'll see virtually every single mid laner taking teleport, like Echo, Anivia, Lux, Twisted Fate. Like, Twisted Fate already has TP. Why are you taking TP on him? Like, you know, but it gives you so much map pressure.
Because you ult down to because you ult bot lane, then TP back to your lane.
Yeah,
to
you're
go
just
the
like, you
wave.
know what? Fuck the system. That's just how it works. I hate this meta right now, but I mean that's what's popular. So I'm gonna try to get that right.
I still see Faker winning a lot of ignites on his mid laners.
That's because Faker's Faker. Like he's a god.
Yeah.
Pretty
Honestly,
much,
when I look at anything mid lane, I
if
look
you
at
have
Faker.
kill pressure. If you
Faker
don't
has
have
an
kill
innate
pressure,
teleport.
don't go ignite.
Yeah, like if you know you can kill the other laner because you're playing Fizz and that's what Fizz does for a living, run Ignite. If you're playing Lux and you know Lux doesn't usually pick up kills, like if you get killed by Lux, it means you did something stupid. That's what it comes down to. If you're playing Orianna, if you're playing Lux, if you're playing Anivia, and you kill somebody, they did something stupid. There's no other way of going around
What
it.
about Ryze killing Riven? Because he fucking
That's what Ryze does, dude. That's just the
Yeah.
life Ryze lives.
I think Ryze is probably made permaban if I'm ever top lane.
I think Rise is triggering him.
What are your
soon.
thoughts on barrier mid?
Yeah, I genuinely
With
hate
who?
Ryze. I need 2 more people. Does anyone know 2 more gold/platinum people that I can put in this game? By the way.
They aren't from A&M. I have like 2 people, but they aren't from A&M. I'd
prefer to keep them in A&M. Oh, I need 1 silver player too, so that Ultimate Giga isn't by himself.
Dibs.
Anyone wants to play?
Dibs.
Did you just call dibs?
I just called dibs, man. Get my level.
Wait, who's talking here?
I don't mind
The person
going
that's
to price
talking a
tag
lot
silver.
is Nox. That's me. Can
Get
I
on my
join?
level.
Let's cheer you up.
Julio, what's your take on barrier mid lane?
Barrier mid lane? It depends. I think barrier mid lane is fine. If you're afraid that you're under a lot of kill pressure, like you're laning against Lee Sin Fizz, and you're playing Lux, barrier is fine. Like, you're gonna get it. You're gonna get dove. Like, it's gonna happen. Barrier is really good insurance for that. I think that it has a lot less pressure than teleport, and teleport is becoming meta now. But it's certainly not bad by any means. Heal's also decent. But I definitely think both of them rank above Ignite on a champion like that. If you're playing Anivia, Lux, Twisted Fate, anyone that does most of their damage from ranged, you should definitely not run Ignite on them. I don't think that's worth it. Like if you're playing Fizz, Yasuo, Ignite's fine.
Now what about Cleanse?
What about Ari and LeBlanc?
Thanks for the game, guys. I'll see y'all later.
Both of you.
I'm assuming
yeah.
Cleanse is situational depending on who your laner.
Cleanse is situational depending on who the enemy team is. So like if they have
that's what I meant.
If they have if they have 5 champions on the enemy team and they all have CC, you should take Cleanse. Like that
might be a good idea.
Yeah, it might be in your best interest to just not die. So take Cleanse. But the only stigma that I really have against is like running Ignite for no reason. LeBlanc Ari, take Ignite. I think Ari should dumpster that lane, but when at level 6 LeBlanc has the potential to outplay it. Yeah.
Now, how about that? How about that clairvoyance?
That clairvoyance, though. I mean, if you're MLG,
That's for
I can
Disco
respect it. If you that's for Disco Nunu exclusively. Arcadia, go team 2. So
What about the revive though?
Oh wait, no, it was Clarity. Clarity was the one I was thinking.
Wait.
Clarity?
Support me, right?
Dude, I had to go against a fucking diddly mid who ran Clarity. It was the most troll thing in the world.
That's hilarious.
Like I could not punish her for being for wasting mana on
That's season
spears.
2. That's
Wait,
like
who's the support main?
level 15
It's
meta.
just so troll.
So wait, if Arcadia's a support main and I'm a support main and we're both on the same team, is that
Shit.
Oh,
I'm
yeah,
a support
y'all
main.
can
too,
be
so
on
I'm
opposite teams then.
everyone's support main?
I'm
You support
everywhere
each
but
other.
bot lane because fuck bot
No,
lane.
but I'm a
fuck
real
you.
support main.
I go
only
everywhere
play-
besides support.
I mean, I've seen your
Supporter
top
mid
champions, and Aurelia is not a support, so.
Look at my top champions are like not supports at all. They're all like mid lanes.
I have over 100k on Leona, man.
100k.
Oh, it's giving me a headache. All right. A room where I can think. All right. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4. I need a 5th person. Plat 5, Plat 3, Plat 5, Plat 4. Balanced. Silver 5, Gold 1, Gold 3, Silver 2, Gold 2, Gold 3. Oh, I'm not playing. I trolled myself. All right. So I'm not playing, so I need a gold player. Alright. I can silver for you, I'm high silver. Shit, I just saw this. Oh. Gold 3. Can I put him on this team? No, I can't. But he is silver 5. Silver 1, silver 2. Gold 3, plat 3. That's fine. I think it's fine. I think it's fine for you to play. Am I being... Is that reasonable? Alright, so now I need a gold player. I need to find a platinum or gold player, preferably gold.
The starters and the management staff and the subs.
You got moved. So what you just said,
Yeah, you have to
Jonathan.
say what you said again.
Oh, what did I say?
I gotta
again?
do something real fast, Johnny, so tell them to go and start it.
Okay, hey guys, go and start it.
You're not in the
we're,
room with them.
we're in a different channel.
Hearthstone right now.
Yo, invite me to the room. I want to spectate.
Hello?
Hello?
Did someone just put me in here? Hey, Marty, are you there?
Yeah, I'm here.
Hey, I was wondering, so are you a coach for the collegiate team, or are you just like a manager?
I was coaching last year, but this year I moved on to be, not to complete manager role.
Do you think it's possible to, like, I could maybe talk to you guys about coaching? Because I have coached a team before for, like, macro play and stuff like that, like, in-game decision-making and, like, rotations and all that kind of stuff. So I was wondering, or even not only the collegiate team, but also, like, the, is it black or white? I think white, right? Either one. I don't know if that'd be possible.
Well, let's move into a different channel.
Right.
Legal Edge. Where's my permissions? What happened to
I
me?
don't know.
Where's my permissions? What happened to me?
I don't know.
I don't think he's even in here, is he? Or is
Here?
he?
Who?
BCD Trident. Oh wait, why am I in here now? Hello?
Where's my permissions?
Is someone moving me in
I
here?
don't know.
Probably Khalil.
I don't think he's even in here, is he? Yanox? Or is he?
Who?
He's the only one who has permission over this entire
BCD.
server.
Oh, okay. I don't know why he's
why
moving
am I
me if
here
he's
now?
trying to
Hello?
talk to me, maybe, but.
Where's my
Okay.
permissions?
Just. Is someone moving me in here? I'm
Probably
gonna go back
Khalil.
to Team 1 then. Oh. Yanox? Or is he?
Who?
He's the only one who has permission over this entire
BCD.
server.
Oh, okay. I don't know why.
Team White is open ELO right now. As in, anyone can sign up for it if you're. You do know that when you guys are typing the board, that we could hear all of you, or we could see all of the chat? Just FYI. There are chat channels for Discord, but this is clearly only a sub voice channel. You gotta go to text channel, change text channel.
Do you just create more text channels, or how do you do that?
Talk to Kalia. But yeah, see on a text channels, you create more channels per mission. Alright, so we're finally starting TAMU League Academy Game 2. Very long time, but finally here. Let's see what the bans are.
Khalil said he'll make them once he gets back to his computer.
So at least pretty normal, typical ban. Mordekaiser, another typical ban. I don't personally think Mordekaiser is as strong as he is, just because he gets kited. He has such a weak late game, but we don't know. See how it turns out. Okay, Fiora and Gameplank. Probably saw that the other team was typing in chat about playing Gameplank. So that's it. Vayne is also another ban that's growing popularity because everyone seems to be playing Vayne, and Vayne is also really strong against a lot of bruisers. Plus, she's very effusive. See what the first pick is for blue team. So that's a Mumu first pick. Mumu slowly starting to be a bit more stronger in solo queue, but he still suffers some of the same weaknesses he's always had: is weak clears and a susceptibility to invade. See what the purple team is playing around that. Thresh is a pretty solid pickup. I think Cry45, the support man of the other team, is a Thresh main, if I believe. Oh, she's a Luna main. It'll be interesting to see how the support works out. A Thresh and a Blitzcrank. Okay, now this is starting to get a bit more interesting. I've seen Blitz jungle, Blitz top. We'll see how this is. Lulu is also another good pick. Lulu can be used primarily mid or top. Lulu is probably one of the best work. She has good synergy with Olaf or most like gauge oriented carries. She also has a lot of healing. And now they're just trolling me at this point. Veigar being locked in for Guns N' Roses. Veigar is going to do a lot of burst and catch potential, but it does have some weak points, such as a weak early game and the suspectability of people just not running AP. So going back to blue team's comp, we have Diana, Thresh. Diana is getting more growing in popularity mid lane champions. I would probably run teleport on Diana, but Diana has the potential of being able to kill Veigar or not. Victor is also not a strong pick, probably a bit more weaker against Veigar in this regard because of a lack of a shield and more reliant on AP scaling due to his passive and his passive item. So the Victor Veigar matchup is really dependent on how the jungle orients, because a good Victor should not be caught out by Veigar at all, and Veigar should also not be caught by Victor. Veigar has a slight disadvantage in wave clear potential, but with the proper jungle pressure, it's gonna influence his lane a lot more. See, Thresh is also another strong pick. Thresh gives a good engage potential and good ability to disengage for your carries. So that's why it's one of the most popular picks champions, although with Thresh's more nerfs, he isn't as strong as some of the newer supports that have been played in competitive play. But hey, this is still okay, we can do whatever we want. So the purple team picks up Mundo and Sivir. Mundo, I'm not sure if I still like Mundo. He's starting to be a lot more stronger with the new Juggernaut items, but he offers the same problem as Mundo does a long time ago. He doesn't do damage as comparison to latest Juggernauts. So we'll see how he does. And he has also the suspectability of being weak to Ignite. See how the other team responds. Sivir is also good because Sivir, although nerfed, her ult gives a lot of potential of chase down, a lot of potential of just catching people and making plays across the map. Especially that's Lulu's support, I think now. That's going to be a big move speed for Sivir, for Mundo. They'd like to rotate around and try to catch people off. So going back to blue sides, I prefer the Trist pick over the Quinn pick. Oh, okay, that's still a Trist. Trist has her E that reduces healing. Pretty useful against the Mundo. She also was one of the hyper carries of the game due to her steroids. She can take over a game with good positioning. So we see a Gnar pickup. Gnar's really strong against Mundo for two reasons. Mundo can't actually get to Gnar when Gnar's in his mid form. And in the mid form, he has his W, his passive, that does percent health damage. And as a Mundo, you want to stack health. So Gnar's really punishing the Mundo. Let's see what the last pick for the jungle is. I've seen a Hoovered Skarner and a Hoovered Skarner and Zin. Skarner will probably be the better just because Skarner, you have Lulu, you can just, with your W, you have insane amount of speed, just rush in and hook either Victor, hook Tristana, and just initiate into your team. And that's the change to Skarner. Let's see how this works out. So we have the last 60 seconds, we trade some picks around. I haven't seen most of these players. I've only played with Guns N' Roses. I know his Veigar is pretty annoying. We played and remember his Veigar support. It's pretty annoying. See how that works out. Let's see him transitioning over to Veigar mid. So looking at some of the matchups, Gnar versus Mundo is a big favor of Gnar. See how much jungle pressure is applied to help Mundo in that matchup. Victor versus Veigar. Victor has an advantage due to wave clear, but I would say Victor should take cleanse over barrier just because you have to cleanse out of that ult. or can stun, so you can avoid the jungle pressure. But barriers also works, though. You'll still one shot in the late game. So Tristana versus Sivir. Jinx does have a lane advantage over Sivir Lulu, but this is also a pretty good matchup. And see, Mumu versus Skarner. Mumu doesn't have as weak as a lane against Skarner due to Skarner's nerf. Skarner does no longer offer the I will go into your jungle at level 3, proceed to 1v2 you and your mid laner. But he's still pretty suspect to invade by, even though the nerf Skarner. Khalil, get back here. I want time by myself. Let's see. Hey, Andrew, you could just feel free to jump right
I'm not
in.
in the. I can't spectate right now.
Man. So
Khalil forgot to invite me before he went to the bathroom.
Fights, I feel like blue team does have the advantage of us just because you have good AoE zone control and Thresh and especially Victor. Narg is a good follow-up for that, and Tristan can just kite back, Victor can just kite back, while purple team is a run at you comp. You get a pick through Veigar or Skarner, or Sivir, Lulu. They speed up and they catch you, pick you, just overall, beat you. So Khalil's not back yet, but we will take a look at runes and mastery. Give me a moment to start pulling everything. Alright, so we're gonna start with Osspiler on the blue team. Okay. When you play Gnar, especially against a weak matchup, you want to run something like 21-9-0. You want one offensive because Gnar does a lot of damage, especially if you're late. You have a free lane. Tringo is going to go damage and just destroy the other enemy laner. And when you get into team fights, you win damage through your CC and the amount of stuns you can pull out. For your runes are fine, however. That's the typical Gnar runes that everyone runs. Some pros run more esoteric, CDR, but I'm not sure. But yours is pretty much general. So next one we're going to look at is Ultimate Gigum. That's pretty standard masteries. I agree with most of them. You're lacking a bit on MR, but you could be playing a Moo. I'm not a Moo. I'm not sure if I know, but I would go Moo speed just because I like the initiation, especially if you're going against that kind of team that has a lot more speed. But this is just a small nitpick. We're gonna go into Victor. So what you want to go as Victor? Your masteries are fine, but your runes are a bit strange. Victor, there's a lot of ways to build Victor. There's how XPK builds it. There's how Faker builds it. There's multiple ways. But generally, you want to go MR pens, which is great. You have it. For your steals, you want to go armor, just because lane minions do a lot of damage when you're trading. And also, especially with the jungle synergy. And for glyphs, you want to go CDR per level, just so you could buy one cooldown item and have 40% CDR. There's also a different build path on Victor that also avoids it, but you may be building Victor a different way how I build it. Your quints are fine. So for Trist, going armor per level, I'm not sure about that because you lose so much lane pressure. You also don't
only has one
go
armor
as
per
much
level
attack
too.
speed. You also have one armor in your glyphs, so you might want to check that out. You also are really offensive. It's better going 21-9 just because of the amount of defensive items you can get. Or 21-9 because of the amount of defensive stuff you can have in the health area. What else? As for support, anarchist, yeah, typical. I agree, 921. MR, I would go flat MR in this case. Just because you're laning against Lulu, and Lulu has a lot of poke, but this is a small minor nitpick. Moving on to purple team, Big D, Mundo. Yeah, pretty generic Mundo page. I'm not sure if I'm a bit iffy on your using on furry. Double-edged sword is also really helpful for Mundo. You add a lot of bit of damage. 921. Some people go like 624 on Mundo. Some people go 129. It's all really dependent. Armor makes sense. Yeah, I guess you're running armor penetration. Or is that's armor, but just armor penetration? I prefer going magic pen rune or hybrid pen. Armor is fine. Armor per level. You run a lot of armor, so you should be pretty okay against Gnar, but Gnar does have the advantage over you. For the jungler, Skarner, health per level. I'm not sure if I agree with that. CDR. Eric's whatchamacallit? Skarner page. Guns N' Roses. Nothing to complain about. I would prefer CDR per level, but that's just my personal preference. Sivir. This is kind of some of the more. This feels like one of the older rune pages, but right now we don't really run lifesteal anymore, just because you lose a lot of pressure due to like not running A speed, 80. You do lack a bit of attack speed, so this could be an issue as you lane. And lastly, for the support, yeah, typical good masteries. For your runes, I prefer running flat armor on your seals, and if you want mana regen, put them on your glyphs because they're more effective. As Lulu, you don't really need to run more than 3 magic regens if you can manage your mana properly, especially if you're going 921. So going gold per gen quints is a bit greedy. Okay, so going gold gem quints is a bit greedy because you lose a lot of lane pressure. But if you can get away with it, that's great. I'm not sure if you will be able to get over it, especially in a high diamond. If you don't run that, you're gonna get punished because you lose lane pressure. So try to start losing pressure and
Is that the
lane.
young gold pretend throwback? Oh man, wait, where is Martyr? How can I hear
I think he just left our channel.
You just left the channel. I didn't take
Don't forget to organize the scoreboard.
Johnny, you just moved yourself to silver. Like, is that...
No, you moved me.
No, I
man.
didn't. I really didn't.
Yeah, you did.
No, I didn't.
I even have Discord opened.
You're a troller, dog. You did not move you.
You're more of a dog than I am. What time are you at right now?
33 seconds.
Alright, we're close enough.
Oh yeah, I agreed with virtually everything that Johnny said. I think the young 3 gold pretend throwback is a bit much, but yeah.
And I remember season 2 when you ran gold per gen everything.
Yep.
You get away with it because you could buy 13 pots.
Oh, by the way, yeah, for the Victor runes, I mean, I am 2-14 on Victor in solo queue, and it is the sole reason why I'm no longer in Diamond 4. However, I think I am qualified enough to say that on Victor you do run around scaling CDR. His flat health is fine, like, you are taking a lot of minion damage whenever you attack, whenever you use your Q charge, but it's, like, flat health isn't bad. Most mid laners actually run scaling health, because, like, you want to mix between protection against physical damage and magical damage, because the basic attacks from early game, and then the, like, AP damage when you're scaling in a mid game. But either one's fine, honestly. And then definitely magic pen on your reds, and AP cleanse. We're taking a lot of unnecessary damage from Victor there, and I shouldn't have to recall. And she actually is going to get to lane late and can't help leash. Like, that's kind of a big deal. That's actually a really big deal.
And you're not gonna get EXP. That's huge as Lulu, because you require level 2 to dealing harass, because you win at level 1, whoever gets level 2 in that lane can push and set the tone of the lane. Going back to Victor, I've seen people run like you run flat AP, then you just go like CDR boots, and then you go CDR item Victor, so just not going any CDR items. sec.
Oh, what the?
Lanes are playing out fairly even right now. I see Viagra pushed a little bit there though. Oh, good hook from Thresh. That was a kind of an early ignite though. I don't know how I feel about that. By kind of early ignite, I mean a really early ignite. So I mean, part of the problem with the trading and bot lane right now is that they were taking a lot of minion aggro when they were doing that. So people like Lulu who are ranged, another good hook, or less susceptible to stuff like that. Someone that's like melee but feels kind of ranged, like Thresh is more susceptible to it. Even though they had a ward there, they still had Skarner walk up on them. Good peel for Chris. They actually got out of that fairly well. They might get greedy for this. Yep, that's gonna be a kill. First blood.
That's a kill for
Very
Chris.
greedy.
That's just because you got greedy and you overextended. You should have been content with blowing 2 flashes.
Yeah, like at the point that you had taken 2 flashes from them, that was a win. That's a huge win because then you just come back and kill them. Like especially if yeah, that was huge. Blue team has to be a little careful, or Blue's bot lane has to be a little careful here because Trist is really low, especially when you start taking minion damage like that. We're getting a bit of a lead here. So in terms of gank pressure, actually these lanes for Amumu, he can gank any of these lanes. He has fairly good kill pressure on all of them. So they have Victor stun in mid lane, which is kind of hard to land, but if he lands Amumu stun, he can pretty much guarantee to land Victor stun. In top lane, Narslo does wonders against Mundo, because it makes it really easy for Amumu to land his bandage toss. And then in bot lane, like if Thresh lands a hook while Amumu's there, he just follows it up, and they could probably get a kill in any of those lanes. For Skarner, since he has to apply his stun after he lands his like fracture or whatever it's called, he could also go in any lane. The mid lane's mechanics are very similar in that they have those delayed stuns. Viger actually might go down here. Oh, good on Viger having discipline with that flash though. He didn't flash. Very good. And then in terms of his bot lane,
Good job, bye.
that's another slow. I think his least kill pressure is actually in bot lane. Because Trist has rocket jump and she can use Threshlander to get out, so. I mean, even then, that is where he got first blood. Excuse me, that's where he got first blooded, so yeah.
Going back, Garner should have no kill pressure on Nar Mundo just because Nar is going to be pushing the lane warding and just the hell out of. Or he should be. Good hook bot lane. That's gonna be a lot of damage on Lulu. It's not gonna be. It might be a kill. It's gonna be a kill on Lulu. One more hook on Sivir, and that's gonna be dead. And that's a dead Sivir. Wasted flash there. You're gonna die anyway. But good job by Anarchist. Pretty much making the play as Thresh as a good Thresh. And that's kind of the difference between Plat and Gold is that you don't get caught, or you don't get caught as much, and you make the plays when they count.
Johnny, what's your time at? Skip forward to 6:26.
I'm at 6:25 right now.
I'm at 6:30 now.
Alright,
it's only like
done.
2 seconds. Alright. I mean, in terms of the bot lane, the elo discrepancy isn't very big either. I'm pretty sure Parthenax is platinum and Lulu's gold, whereas Thrush is platinum and Trist is gold.
That was Chris playing?
Anarchist.
Wasn't Chris like still like diamond gold last seed?
True.
it's gonna be really tough for bot lane. They're down 3 kills. That's another good hook. And that's gonna be another dead Lulu. Or not. What Lulu did is she split her focus. She should have just gotten the kill on Lulu, and then as Triss just get away. And try to be greedy and try to go for Sivir instead. Very low on health. Could be an avenue for purple team's bot lane to start back in the game.
Maybe we're just milking this the immobility of Vigar. Oh man. Vigar saying no sir, picks up the kill. Oh, he's not. Oh, Chaos Storm? Good for Vigar going 1-for-1 though. He is overextending pretty hard, so it makes sense that he's getting ganked so much. That was a good stun by him to stun both of them too.
So what Victor should have done is you should not have walked into the stun as well as Moo. And if you didn't, you would have been able to burst him down a lot faster. Just you lost around a second or so and half of damage. Bit suspect of a gank, you don't have your ult. And he's gonna get turned on by Skarner. Skarner's gonna be able to get a kill here.
No.
Never mind.
Take the lantern!
Yeah.
Take the lantern! Victor, the
and he's
lantern!
not gonna take the lantern.
No, Thresh dies for Victor's sins. Oh, you hate to see that kind of thing happen. The manliness play. Oh my God, is he gonna get this kill? Okay, I'm done.
That Triss is a man.
I'm done.
He gets a kill. That flash in.
I'm not watching this anymore. I'm done.
Wow. Going back to top lane. Now should be a bigger CS lead over Mundo just because you have the advantage. It's ultimately laid down, you're not running offensive. Which is like whenever he goes into CS, you should be harassing him.
I still can't believe that play bot lane.
On bot lane, on mid lane, Dungeon Rose is overextending with no wards. He gets ganked again and dies. By wards. Survive.
It was a good flash. It was a very necessary flash. I haven't been seeing many necessary flashes tonight, but that was a necessary flash. Would have made that not necessary as a ward and river though.
Wards save lives.
Red team definitely
currently red
lacking
team
in the ward
has 0
department.
wards on them. I'm not sure how many lives they'll be saved. Blue team has 2 pinks, 4 vision ward.
It's very surprising to me that Mundo is winning in CS too.
We'll also note that Mundo hasn't backed yet. Look at his items, he still has boots.
Nice. We're in the Nikes. But Triss not manly enough. That's another dead Vigar, I think. Just kidding.
Good
Just
counter
kidding,
engage.
That's a lot of damage.
Also, Victor has no mana. Poor gank choice in that.
I didn't notice he had no mana either. That made that very different than what it could have been. Not paying attention to laners' mana is a big thing that we're seeing with junglers tonight. So in terms of why is the FPS showing up there? I actually don't know how to turn that off.
Control F.
I got it. Is my ping? Oh, it's your MS spectator client. So Blue Team actually has a pretty sizable gold lead at 2 minutes. Considering, I guess they did get bot turret.
5 kills over
2,000 gold.
Huge. She's 1,500 gold ahead of Sivir. Light him.
She is paid. That's a BF sword.
Turn take. Yeah, good pick, good roam by Scar. Again, ward save lives, because he had a ward there that could spot that out.
Mundo solo kill.
This should never ever happen to Znar.
I think Nar just may not be familiar with the matchup because it's very strange to get killed by Mundo, especially as a ranged champion. I mean, you can dodge all of Mundo's damage, and from range you're not even worried about sadism.
More crit. And the flash gets away. And Veigar overextends in that. Walked into.
I mean, I think in that matchup, the biggest issue is that just always stand behind minions, always be autoing Mundo, and always use boomerang throw like whenever it's off cooldown. Because like you have the advantage of knowing that you can hit and do damage with your boomerang, whereas from any position. Whereas Mundo can only deal damage when he has like a direct path to you and there are no minions blocking it. So if you're dying to Mundo, it just straight up means you're catching cleavers to the face.
Another thing to note is, use your boomerang to harass, not for CS.
Yeah, like you can just auto for CS. There's no reason to have to use your boomerang for CS.
Also taking turret, that's also really bad.
I think also, I don't know if he plays main top, I know he plays a lot of AD carry. Oof. Yeah, that's something that's more of a mechanical thing than it is, and I guess matchup understanding, kind of. Also, playing a pink by yourself is super dangerous. I mean, granted, it is strange to see the support in your lane as a top laner, but it's still dangerous. He also had a ward in river, so maybe he felt that he could just ignore Thresh's presence, I don't know. That was a good Veigar stun. A little too bold by Triss. Manliness is starting to backfire a little bit.
Burnt flash, but she got away alive with her bounty still intact, so that's overall poor choice in position, but ended up okay for it. And that's top turret.
This is an interesting situation we have where blue team has no mid turret and top team has no top or bottom turret. So mid turret offers the most pressure in terms of controlling the map, but having bot and top lane open creates some interesting pick opportunities. So it depends on whether or not they use it, like their vision, if they create the vision needed to make an advantage out of that. Or middle turret, so red teams can have the most opportunities in terms of making plays with vision, since they have like more of the map opened up. Whereas red team has like niche situations. I mean, and split pushing is kind of hard when the middle turret is still up. So blue team would have issues split pushing just because there's like a centralized place that red team can run to whenever they're like out of position. Like if that turret weren't
also,
there, there's nothing to stop Veigar from dying right here. But there is a mid turret there, so Veigar's not gonna die. Whereas if the situation were reversed, Veigar would be fucked. Like that's the big thing.
Ulting minion, pretty common choice. What can you do? So that's a flash engage by Sivir. Good dodge of the ult.
Stood in that.
Victor kind of just stood still. Was he stunned?
No, he was straight up just stand. Maybe no, he was straight up standing in that. He literally stood in that. He was trading with Sivir, and that's not something you want to do. You want to have a good concept of maybe you're supposed to make attention, but Veigar's like little meteor thing is a skill shot. I don't remember the name of it, but you want to just walk out of that. Like he didn't have to die there, and he may have gotten the kill on Sivir. Yeah, the biggest issue I think was that he was tunneling on Sivir instead of acknowledging the fact that there was a Vygar standing there. That is not a fight that I would have recommended. Especially since whenever you're doing something in League of Legends, what you need to ask yourself is this helping my team by me doing this? And if it is, you need to find out what are the risks associated with doing that. Oh, that was a good flash hook. But Victor walks into the stun again, and if he didn't walk into the stun, Victor wouldn't... Thrush wouldn't have had to die right there. That is so huge. If you walk... That's the second time where Victor is walking the Vygar stun, and then one of his teammates has died as a result of him just straight up walking into the stun. If he didn't walk into the stun either time, his teammates wouldn't have to die for that. Like, you have to be cognizant of the abilities that the other person is using. You can't just tunnel on something and try to do that. What I'm saying is that, like, you need to find out what the risk is associated with the thing that you're trying to do. And if that risk is greater than the reward that you're trying to get, that's when you determine, hey, am I going to do this or not? People always talk about risk and reward, but they never actually think about what risk and reward is. Because if people actually thought about risk and reward, they wouldn't do things like stand in the enemy team's jungle with no vision and no idea where the enemy team is looking for a 1v1. Like, it's stuff like that that you should always be cognizant about, and if you're not, you're just going to start losing games because of it. And like, is the enemy champion using abilities? That's something that isn't being taken into account right now. Like, if you were taking into account what Vygar is doing, or what Vygar is trying to do, or what benefit he has from tunneling on a Vygar, you would see, oh, maybe I shouldn't walk into the stun that's hit me twice now, or like 3 times now, and cause one of my teammates to die.
Bit age on the full tank, because he damage to him.
Victor's also super behind in CS from Vygar, although he does have 4 kills, so that's good.
If you look at the gold difference, they're almost exactly the same. 6100 to 6100 gold. CS advantage makes up for the kill deficit.
Yo, Andrew, when is the deadline for the casual tournament close?
Tonight at 12.
Tonight at 12. Team picking up the easy dragon. I'm glad to see that someone. Oh, they picked up the previous one. I was thinking that. So what blue team needs to do is get down this red turret. They have a fed-ass Tristana. Like, I'm talking a monstrous Tristana. Red team has decent wave clear, but they have a Tristana, and now they're just getting picked. Whereas they all 5, like Tristana's like AFK and bot lane doing her own thing. Tristana needs to be doing is converting that money she has, that gold in her pocket, into like a lead. This is a huge problem that gold and platinum players do, especially in platinum. Like the biggest mistakes here is that you're fat as hell. Like, you could do anything on the map that you wanted to do, so instead of doing the thing that involves your team, you go off and you just shove a lane, and that's just really bad. You don't want to do that, because at that point your gold doesn't mean anything. Having an extra 1500 gold on one team doesn't matter if that 1500 gold is farming in bot lane. Like, you should be in middle trying to pressure this turret down, and it's not like Tristana doesn't have the kit to push down a turret. Granted, since Tristana's really good at taking turrets, if your team was utterly worthless, I would suggest splitting a lane and getting turrets. But in this situation, like, your team isn't behind, they're 3k ahead. Just group and take advantage of your lead. There's no reason to go off and do your own thing. Like, Amumu's reasonably tanky, Nara's reasonably tanky. I mean, oh, he has a chain vest, but it's not like Vygar's gonna ult him. I mean, he could, it's possible, but he also has Cleaver, so he has an extra, what, 400 health? Is it? Yeah, so I mean, he's tanky enough.
Yeah, 400.
Now, they're all grouping, they're grouping mid, and all I have to do here is just not overextend and just poke them down. They have Victor Laser, don't stand in Vygar Dark Matter.
Oh, they have Tristana for its wave clear and for
as Muda walks at them, he throws up the box. Easy, and Mumu's there for the peel. Like, if Skarner engages on this, it's a
attacking.
Yeah. If Skarner overextends, I don't know about that Victor Laser.
That's
how is just Victor getting caught? And this is the risk that you run with
but
grouping.
Still, Tristana is free attacking.
You gonna die though?
She's trying to free attack.
I'm actually amazed that blue team got clean ace there.
Yeah, Victor. It was pretty much Victor getting caught at the start of the fight.
Yeah, Victor getting caught.
QSS by Thresh, or good chalice by Thresh. So you should never be in that position. You do have a lot of range on your laser. You don't have to walk up to them to use.
That positioning in their team fight was very not good. Like, they got super split. Tristana was off on the right. They should have been using Amumu's ult for peel whenever they, like, ran at Tristana. Like, with Amumu ult and Thresh ult, there should have never been a situation in which Tristana was actually getting hit by anything. That should have never happened. Mundo standing on top of Tristana should have been a fairy tale. That isn't a thing that happens when you have Amumu ult and Thresh ult. You have Tristana stand behind Amumu and Thresh. Thresh throws out the box. Alright, they get past the box, like the 90% movement slow, whatever ridiculous ass number it is.
99.
Amumu hits ult. Like, he's literally using his never move ability on them. Like, they die at that point. Tristana has Infinity Edge. She's building Phantom Dancer now. Yeah, okay, Phantom Dancer. Like, I don't know. That was just a poorly played team fight by Blue Team, and this is stuff that they should know. Like, at this elo, you should know what your formation is when you're fighting. Or maybe that's the reason why it is Gold and Platinum, it's not Diamond, is that you have to know what your kids do to where they synergize. Because, like, I'm just thinking about this. You have Threshold, you have Amumu, and you have Victor W on top of Narslo. Like,
and not even that. Your Triss has 5 kills.
Yeah, your Tristana has 5 kills. It's not a lack of damage that exists. Like, Mundo only has 1 armor item. I understand that he uses ult to heal back up to make that engage possible. Now Victor's gonna get one shot by Ligar a lot.
Victor needs to take lanterns.
And this is like Tristana's way in the back. Amumu and Nara fighting up front. Tristana's way in the back dealing with Mundo. Mundo takes a while to kill. Now that Mundo is dead, it doesn't matter because their entire team has died while Tristana was trying to kill Mundo. Like, this is not knowing how to team fight 101. You have to pay attention to your team. That didn't have to happen. You have to pay attention to your team. You have to know what your team is going to do, and you have to know what your teammates are doing at the time. Because there's so many fights where tanks will be up front diving, while the AD carry is trying to just not die. Like, Tristana can't walk past Mundo and just be like, yo, Mundo, I'm gonna need you to relax. I'm gonna walk up here and kill your teammates. You know, Tristana has to deal with Mundo, and then she can move up to dealing with Mundo's teammates. Like, you can't engage while your carriers are not with you. And then Victor just got blown up completely at the beginning of that fight. At that point, when Victor was dead, they shouldn't have even bothered fighting at that point. But instead, you have Amumu and Nar way in the front, doing their own thing, and Tristana is desperately trying to get this Mundo off him, and Thresh is doing the best that he can to help Tristana do that. Like, and now, since their tanks are less, like, so for example, Amumu doesn't have a full MR item complete, doesn't even have a full armor item complete, actually. That's a little questionable. And then Nar has armor, no magic resist. Well, hey, Vigar has 7 kills, bro. So there's a problem there, you see? Because their front line is always going to die faster than Mundo's going to die. Because the only person that's ever actually doing damage is Sivir. Because Victor's dead all the time. Like, this is why they're losing fights. And also, there's not really more for the team like Skarner is. And then Skarner has Aegis. That also makes a huge freaking difference. Granted, there's not much magic damage coming out since Victor's dead all the time, but that would be a point of contention. That would be a problem. What's sticking out to me in this game is team fights, team fights, team fights. I mean, there's some, like, laning issues that I noticed, but not playing these team fights, right? There's no reason why Blue Team should be losing these team fights. Especially considering, like, Victor doesn't even have to come into range of Vigar's ultimate. Like, that's a choice to come in within range of Vigar's ultimate.
Back, lay down his AoE zone potential, and you're fine.
And then he gets picked again.
There.
Igor, my friend. This is not the glorious evolution.
Yeah, now we get same issue. Mundo, she's just running at the team. Just get people getting caught, and that's a free dragon over. Hey, what time are you at, Khalil?
26:43. I mean, it sucks. Maybe
you
Victor's...
go back for like 1 second or 2 seconds.
Alright, I think I did. I mean, maybe Victor doesn't normally play against Vigar. That kind of sucks. I mean, it sucks to be in a matchup that you don't really know. Or I actually don't know if there's a big elo difference. That's probably something else I should have checked. I actually might be going too hard on Victor. I know getting shit on sucks.
There's the Victor of Silver.
Okay, yeah, that makes a lot of sense. Like, did not realize there was that big of a discrepancy in elo. I mean, this is kind of to be expected since we were kind of short on people. Victor is
silver 5 against gold 1.
God damn it. I'm sorry, Victor. That sucks, dude. Like that legitimately sucks. Actually, I also don't think he goes to A&M, so that also sucks. Cause he's so... Man. I mean, it also sucks for Blue Team because they don't really have a fair chance in that respect. I don't think he was doing that poorly to begin with. I think there are a lot of other factors that led to Blue Team being as behind as they are. But that does suck. That's a huge elo discrepancy. Silver 5 from gold 1. Because this is really just Guns N' Roses capitalizing off the fact that he knows that Victor's just not prepared to deal with him. Good hook from Thresh. Thresh is doing the best he can.
Good hook by Thresh. I'm surprised that Tristana didn't get the kill back there.
Giving the blue buff over to Sivir. That is how much their faith has fallen. Oh no, they're the team of the Vigar. Why did they give it to Vigar? Vigar's dead. Because the other team's blue. Yo, red team is so deep in blue team's jungle that that's how startled I am, alright? I straight up thought that was Victor's team. That's when you know that a game is going south.
As Sivir, you need armor pen because you have to deal with Mundo. Because in every single team fight, Mundo has been diving. You need armor pen as you get past him.
Yeah, Trist needs the young last whisper.
You're confusing me too, Khalil, man.
Yeah, I told you, these teams got me sideways. I can't even tell you who's who anymore. Damn, I feel bad for Victor. This Vigar build's fucking troll as shit too. Like, what the hell is that? Is that a thing on Vigar? What he built?
That's a Ludens, that's a Leandries.
Why not just build a fucking Rabadon? Why build Leandries? Leandries is the most troll thing I've ever seen on a Vigar. What the hell is the point of Leandries? Like, if you wanted extra tankiness, why not just build Rylai's? And if you wanted to, like, fulfill your role as an AP carry, why not just build Rabadons? I mean, I'll tolerate the Athenes because it's Victor, but... What the hell is with the Leandries? I don't know. Maybe there's something about Victor that I don't know.
I mean, he does one-shot Victor at this point.
But I mean,
he almost one-shot.
What is the Leandries giving him that he couldn't have gotten from a different item? I just don't see it. I mean, he gets 15 magic pen, I guess. You could just fucking build Abyssal. And you would have gotten more value out of it because of the 50 magic resist. Dude, Michael's a troll. I'm not gonna analyze that anymore. Oh, he is TAMU Khalil. That's awkward. Awkward. Now he's feeling even worse. I did not have any idea there was. I mean, I think it's because I did teams where just like anyone could join at that point because we were short on people. But yeah, I will chalk up most of the problems that Blue Team is having right now to elo though. That's the most one-sided thing, I think. The jungles are pretty balanced. They're both silver, but like mid lane may as well be plat versus silver.
Well, bot lane did have a huge.
Yeah, bot lane did have a pretty big advantage that they didn't turn into anything. But then when they finally did group, like, what happened? Part of it was their poor team fight. Part of it was the fact that they lost Victor way too soon. And that team fight was huge. That was a clean ace. That lead that Tristana had just completely disappeared. Damn. Yeah, like for Victor specifically, one thing you could work on is your positioning in team fights, not overextending in team fights, and then just being cognizant of what other people are doing. So like when Thresh throws you Lantern, gotta take the Lantern. When Vigar's putting a stun on top, like where you're walking, you gotta realize that in like half a second the thing's gonna stun you, because if you don't, you end up losing a lot of there's a lot of missed opportunities for that. Good picked up by Tristana here. A Mumu, you gotta be cognizant of your mid laner's mana bar. You can't go in when he has no mana. You have to make sure that you watch your AD carry. You can't like...
You know what's in the fight? Tristana's in the fight. So they're just gonna destroy the team. Because no one can survive against Tristana aside from Mundo. And that's just getting caught in a 4v5. And that's gonna be Baron over to blue team. And now suddenly they're back in the game.
Breathing hope into them, boys.
I mean, Tristana has 9 kills.
Alright, I see this all the time. Do not get hit by Baron. You get a debuff that makes you do less damage to Baron. And that can literally make you lose Barons and throw entire games because your damage carry decided to stand inside of Baron's AoE. Like, I cannot tell you how many times that happens. And there are so many people that have no idea that standing in Baron's like AoE shit gives you a debuff. Like, taking any damage from him at all makes you do less damage to him. Good use of Thrash Lantern. I don't know why blue team is just letting them have that. Are they missing someone? I mean, I guess it's only second dragon they're gonna push out mid, but I think they still could have just like fought them there and they were all bundled up in Dragon Pit. Okay, this is gonna be really bad, I think.
Another thing is Tristana has 2,500 gold in the bank. That's pretty much Last Whisper. He needs that so badly.
That is a huge Victor stun. Holy shit.
Yeah, I take with everything. That 4-man AoE wombo combo, especially the Nard 3-man, it's so much damage.
That's my fucking boy. Can someone get me an autograph of that? I want his autograph. That's just good fucking awareness, dodging that Mundo Cleaver. Yo, I take all the shit I said about Victor. Fucking MVP. Mumu MVP. I'm gonna eat my words. I don't know what I'm talking about. I'm garbage at this game. You guys do your own thing. Victor Lantern! Victor!
I mean...
Just started with the Judas, man! It looked like Victor was gonna take his first Lantern of the game, and just thought it was like, no, fuck you, man. Just peaced out on him, holy shit. Oh, that's hard to see. Yo, Victor, I'm proud of you, man. It looked like you were going for it. It was just like, enough is enough. I'm taking this Lantern. And just thought it was like, nope. That team fight was glorious. There's no other way. Captain America, I'm here. Fuck you, Captain America. I don't think we have anyone with the credentials to teach Captain America here. We're not American enough. I outsourced my work to a Chinese guy. Like, come on. Much love, Johnny, by the way. Alright, so the gold lead is like dead even now, basically. This is huge. Like, that Baron, that getting caught in the jungle there. This game got good. Like, holy fuck. I'm hyped now.
Moving on to builds Victor, you just need to look at how a pro builds Victor because you have so much mana regen, but you don't have any AP. You only have, what, 380 AP.
Please never go double mana regen item. Please never go double mana regen item. That is not something that you need in your life. Double mana regen is just not necessary. That just means you have to be more careful with how you're using your mana. Double mana regen is the most useless stat in the entire game when you have full mana. That's just a fact because it does nothing. It contributes to you in no capacity. So what you have to do is be more judicious with like your use of mana and just understand what your I mean, there's an interface option now to where you can see how much mana each ability takes. Just turn that on. Look at how much mana you have. Look at how much mana you can expend, and like, I have nothing else to say on it because you're losing out on so much AP when you get mana regen like that. Probably wants to reduce Mundo's ult heal. Like, that would be fine, but you would go, like, Morellonomicon into Abyssal Scepter if you wanted the magic resist, but you also wanted mana regen, and you wanted the, like, health reduction. That was a questionable thrash hook. I mean, going in on it was questionable, not necessarily getting it. Oh my god! Oh no, that wasn't Victor Laser, that was Tristana. Morello is just a bad item now. I don't think Morello's a bad item now at all. Unless they like just nerfed it this patch.
Morello's a good item.
Morello's
You just
like
don't want to get
item
two.
you could possibly buy.
You only get Morello's and Athenes.
Yeah, you either get Morello's or you get a Thane's. Yeah, 2 Doran's Rings and a Shing does more damage than Morello. That's... 2 Doran's Rings is 30 AP plus a Sheen is 55 AP. Morello has 80.
And Morello has CDR and that debuff.
It's got 20% CDR, the Grievous Wounds debuff, and it has mana regen. Like, Morello's is a damn good item. Like, it's...
For Mundo, you need Thornmail. You don't really need more AP, just because Tristana has 14 kills at this point. She's destroying your team.
What the fuck is the blasting wand for? Is he building a Rod of
Abyssal,
Ages to slay? Oh, Abyssal would need
Probably
a null
Abyssal.
magic mantle. No, he would need a null magic resist mantle. A null magic mantle for Abyssal.
He has Blasting and Ruby.
Yeah, that's what you build for fucking Rod of Ages, isn't it? Oh, I didn't mean to hit pause. What time are you at, Johnny?
3803.
Oh, I'm at 3813. How are you so far behind?
No, how are you so far ahead?
Tell me when you get to 3818.
Alright. I'm there.
Oh, maybe it's Leandre's or allies. That's true. But even then...
Even then, yeah, you need you need Thornmail so you can actually survive and do damage to Tristana, so you're a threat.
Like, okay,
so right now you
tell
just
you a
walk
true
up
story.
and she lifesteals it back.
I was playing a game as Yasuo, and I went 7-0 in lane. Okay, I just shit on this. I shit on this LeBlanc's life. I actually made her open up like an African Relief Center in mid lane. Like she was the way she was feeding was indescribable. Just destroying her. All right. 48 minutes into the game, because I've managed to turn this lead into virtually nothing, because we have 0 siege potential, because I'm playing Yasuo, and we have like a Vayne, and who was an AD top lane? I think we had a Renekton or something. Maybe we had a Gangplank, alright? If it's Rylai's on time. And so, eventually we get to this point to where their Mundo has not 1, not 2, but 3 armor items, alright? Kid's got Randuin's Thornmail and fucking, what is that item called? Sunfire Cape, and he has Dead Man's Plate or something. He's just something ridiculous. Like, he had nothing but armor. He gets like 500, 600 armor, alright? I do none damage to this Mundo, okay? And at the end of the game, I get 2-shot by LeBlanc. Oh, rest in peace, Tristana. That was a horrible positioning error. Really good lockdown, though. They actually might be okay. Sivir's going down. Sivir's dead. Mundo is gonna go ham here, though. Sivir did not die, and that made all the difference. That actually might be game. But like I was saying, this LeBlanc, man, a lot of things went wrong in that fight. I actually want to go back and talk about it, sort of. But I think the reality is that Sivir Tristana just got caught and died. And what would have been really good, on Tristana right now, especially this late in the game, would have been a Quicksilver Sash. She knows that she's the primary damage threat on her team. And the enemy team knows that if they grab Tristana, she dies. So, that was an egregious mistake. Well, that won't be the game. Timers aren't that long. Yeah, so this LeBlanc 2-shots me or whatever at 47 minutes of the game, and I'm livid. And I'm thinking, I dumped on this LeBlanc all game, and then she just wins. This is stupid. Then I looked at damage done, and I saw that Mundo had done 92,000 damage to champions. 92,000. I did 78, he did 92,000 damage. That is the glory of Thornmail. Now granted, they don't have like an all-AD comp, but Mundo should recognize the only person that's doing damage is Tristana. So if I stop Tristana from hurting me, we win fights. It ended up being a Leandre's. I don't think the Leandre's is a good pickup, but it is what it is.
It's good if you're ahead of, but your team to win more item, because once you have Thornmail and Leandre, it hurts a lot.
So, blue team should really just take out these 2 free inhibitors. And Chris really needs that QSS. It's so cheap. Guys, when you're in a situation like this, they have a suppression ability that stops you from doing things. Like, if you want to actually play League of Legends, you need to start investing in Quicksilver Sash. Otherwise, you're just going to be dead in every fight. Like, it's cheap. It's 1,250 gold. It gives you decent protection against Skarner, Mundo, and Vigar, and Lulu. And it stops you from getting Skarner ulted. Like, there's not a better item that you could ask for. Like, 45 AD is cool and all, but a Quicksilver Sash would go so much further.
You won't do any damage if you're dead.
Yeah, being dead is not... Yeah, and here, Victor is ripped. Fuck, wait, how the fuck did... What?
Victor somehow survives that. Tristana gets free damage.
Oh, that Dark Matter was huge. That actually completely turned the fight. They all got hit by that. People not respecting the Vigar damage, and he grabs the Lantern, god bless. That's a super unsafe recall. Oh my god, that was the most unsafe recall I've ever seen someone get away with in a long time. Oh my god. This Vigar is so salty right now. Holy shit. Dude, these recalls give me a headache. Oh my god, my head hurts so bad right now. I have to blow my nose down too. Oh my god, I'm dying. I'm dead actually.
No, Trist has the QSS now. Mundo's starting to build into his chain vest, but ultimately, what can he do?
Yeah, I mean, like, honestly, fucking Vigar could have just auto-attacked instead of dropping the Event Horizon. Just like, auto them. No, the auto-attack is gonna kill them, but it stops them from getting their recall off. Yo, my boy Vigar rocking the 1200 AP right now. This kid could kill God right now. I just want you guys to know that. The amount of damage that he does. That is a 1,000 damage Baleful Strike. Dark Matter does 1,500 damage. Vigar could kill God right now.
Like Shirelia's or Talisman for initiation purposes now. Because if he's the Flash Initiator, Shirelia's helps so much.
His Primordial Burst does 1,900 damage before AP is calculated.
So he one-shots Victor, and he almost one-shots.
He literally does 2.1 or 2.2k with Primordial Burst. That is disgusting. Good God. I've never seen raptors die faster in my life. That is horrific. Oh, my boy Victor might be done here. Not Victor, Vigar might be done here. Oh, that is a horrible
Good pickup
loss.
by Nar. That could steal a game because such a huge portion of purple team's damage.
What an anticlimactic ending if this is how this game ends. I'm gonna be sad, just straight up sad if this game ends. Like, there's no reason why they shouldn't end it either. They got a minute on Vigar. Pressure them! What are you doing? I guess they can just push top lane in. But 50 seconds on Vigar, I feel like they should be pressuring Nexus turrets. My Ninja Tabby counter Vicar. I hate Captain America so much. Oh my god. King Troll, dude. I thought Reed was the king of trolls. I was horribly mistaken. Red team taking a lot of free damage. Red team taking the most free damage. Oh my goodness.
Huge ult by Gnar. Just
Yeah,
you
I watched
had
that Gnar bar, man.
10 seconds before Vigar came up. Why would you be in that position?
No reason to get. Oh shit! Oh god. I almost spilled my Gatorade on my keyboard, but there was no reason to give their life Ryer there. Like, they could have just waited the 10 seconds to get Vigar back, and that would have been game. Instead, they're like gonna awkwardly recall with 60-second timers. So like shit like this is very questionable. Like, I know you don't always get caught and killed when you do shit like this, when you recall unsafely, or when you're solo checking bushes when the team is recalling. I know you don't always get caught and killed like that, but why? Why? Like, it's lazy at this point to not just keep going back to your jungle before you recall. Like, you don't know what people are gonna be doing. You don't really have vision in that area. Like, there's no reason to do that. Because what are you gaining from recalling unsafely? Right? You get like maybe 10 seconds on your recall, maybe. I mean, you're backing anyway, and everything on the base is gone except for the top inhibitor turret and inhibitor and nexus turret. Like, what are you gaining from doing that? Like 10 seconds. What are you risking? Losing the game. Like, that's what I was talking about when you're weighing risk and reward. Like, there's no reason to do stuff like that. Especially earlier when they empowered Baron recalled and Vigar almost caught him like twice. One tell Vigar to get his Leandries and get Void. That is a very, 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 very big thing to point out. Like I was mentioning earlier, I don't know why he has Leandries. Vigar, like Leandries is good on champions that you'll sustain damage so that its passive effect pays off. And if you wanted the tankiness from Leandries, you could argue that you would just get Void Stat, or you would just get Rylai's, because it gives you more tankiness, and then like the passive is better like all around. For like a burst champion like Vigar. I mean, you could. No, never mind. It's not gonna last very long against Tristana. This is their last stand. This might be it, boys. Oh, those 2 autos, 3 autos, man. The 3 pump chomp. Night Vigar. He got auto 3 times with Tristana and fell over. If he had a Void Staff, that fight goes completely differently. Like, that burn is not worth losing 25% magic penetration. I mean, even the item builds in this game make me a little upset. Like, Mundo should have straight up built Thornmail earlier. No reason to wait that long. Vigar should have built Void Staff instead of building Leandries. Like, there is no point in building. I mean, you could say that you want to be a little more tanky, but just build Rylai's. If you want Magic Resist, build the Abyssal Scepter. Like, oh, man. Gnar, even though he had like a rocky rough start, he had some really good Gnar ults, like some damn good Gnar ults. Same thing with Amumu, even though he had a lot of issues where he wasn't coordinating with Victor, and like he had these really awkward ganks where Victor had no mana. And then one time Victor walks into the stun, the Vigar lays down, and then Amumu dies for no reason, happens again, Thresh dies for no reason, Victor goes to gank bot lane, like steps into the stun, Thresh dies for no reason. Like, there's a lot of laning problems. The only person that I can say played pretty much on fucking point is this Tristana. Like, manliest Tristana I've seen in the world, period. Like, made some huge plays, literally put the team on his fucking back though. Like, this Tristana
I thought the Thresh did pretty decent.
You know, oh yeah, Thresh was a god. Like, make no mistake, Thresh was a god. I don't give enough credit to sports. I'm selfish. I'm sorry, but fucking Trish was a god. Their bot lane straight up carried them. Like, they carried the weight of the world on their shoulders. Blue team straight up owes them that. Red team, Mundo, you should have built Thornmail earlier. Like, I cannot tell you how much that would have just screwed blue team by having Thornmail, because that would have nullified their only damage threat. Like, you would have just been like, you know what, Tristana, I really don't care about you. Like, you're not a thing that matters to me.
Especially with Victor not having any magic.
Yeah,
so.
Victor has to. Why do you people have no magic pen? Okay, Void Staff should be your third item on any AP carry literally 99.9999999% of the time. There are very few instances where the enemy team has no magic resist whatsoever, and you can play super selfish and greedy, and you can build like another big magic item, like say you have Rabadons and you like decide to throw a Ludens on there. Like that happens, you can do that sometimes. But most of the time when you do that, you'll end up kicking yourself in the face because they end up building magic resist faster than you can build a Void Staff. Because they drop 450 gold, they get magic resist instantly. Alright, that's 15% effective health. And when you have 3,000 health, 15% effective health is a shit ton. That's like a metric, like that's huge. And then you have no Void Staff to counter it. So you have to be, that's really greedy, and it's not responsible as a mid laner, especially when you're playing an AP champion. The only champion that can get away with not building a penetration item is Yasuo. Like, literally the only champion. Skarner, you had some really good picks. I think Skarner had some pretty solid play all around. I think I probably have some of the least criticisms of Skarner. One thing that reminds me of Tristana, like, be careful not to be AFK split pushing a lane when your team has an advantage. I know when you first grouped, your team got aced, but that shouldn't have happened. Like, your team should have been able to win that first fight. Like, that's not entirely your fault. That's not your fault, actually. Like, that's just you guys not playing the team fight well. Vygar, build a fucking Void Staff. I don't ever want to see Leandry's on a Vygar ever again. Like, this better be the first and last time I ever see that. Like, Michael, I'm visibly upset with you right now. Sivir. Sivir had a few issues in laning phase. I won't say that they were huge. Mainly with, like, I think both lanes actually had problems with choosing who their focus was. But understand that playing a champion like Sivir, you rely a lot on your team for a lot of these engages, and if your team's not doing well, consequently, you're not going to do well. Like, I know, like, laning phase was really tough, but I think you made the best that you could out of it. I would watch out for a few positioning errors, and, like, when you know that the enemy team's main damage threat is dead, understand that your existence becomes the most important thing. Because you saw the one fight where Trist was dead and you weren't, you guys completely won the fight. Like, at that point, just watching your own safety is the most important thing. Build the fucking Void Staff, max 2015. Lulu, if you watch the video, I can't remember all of the things that I pointed out, but really you have to, taking damage really early before you get to lane was a really big problem that made your lane way harder than it needed to be. You had some good Lulu ults, but you did have a little bit of an issue with getting caught, so make sure that you stay on top of that vision control. Because, I mean, I think you guys could have won that bot lane. It's just you guys put yourselves too behind too early. And in terms of the enemy team, since their engage is literally Gnar and Amumu, you have to take it upon yourself to try and keep vision of where they are at all times and slowing them down so they can't take advantage of your team. And build a QSS, my god, you notice that when Tristana built a QSS, they stopped losing. Like, literally, the game could have said Tristana purchases a Quicksilver Sash. Blue team wins the game. Like, that is the synopsis of the game. Blue team, Tristana builds a QSS, blue team wins the game. I can't process in my head why you wouldn't buy. QSS is so cheap, and if you're not alive, you're not doing damage. So I don't care if you have 6 damage items or 1 damage item, because the person that has 1 damage item is going to do more damage than the dead person that has 6 items. That's just a fact. There's no debate. That's a literal fact. So from now on, when you guys see shit like this, where there's that much lockdown from the enemy team, buy a QSS. Like, Sivir, I know you have Banshee's Veil, I know you have Spell Shield, but a QSS couldn't hurt. I mean, you dying wasn't an issue, so I can understand why you didn't get it. Vygar, if you had a damn Void Staff, that wouldn't be an issue, and I can understand why you didn't buy it. I would rather you have the QSS than you have that Athene's, because, like, the Athene's gives you magic resist, so does QSS. I mean, I still can't get over the Leandry still. I'm still upset about the Leandrys, so I can't comment much more than that. I mean, Vygar did a damn good job at literally everything until it got to the point where the enemy team had enough magic resist where he wasn't doing, like, as much damage as he could have been, and where Void Staff would have been so much more impactful in terms of killing the front line. Like, if you have that penetration, now it's not taking you, like, 2 or 3 spell rotations to kill someone, it's taking you, like, 1 spell rotation. And so instead of worrying about this huge-ass tank sitting on your face, you can be blowing up that squishy Tristana. How about my Banner of Commando? Can you talk about that? I think Banner of Command is a damn good item. Like, I don't see a problem with it. Super serious build on Thresh versus 1 AP. I mean, you won the game though, right? I think that's all that matters. I don't know why I have so many chat boxes on this account. This is my fucking Smurf. I go to this account so I don't get a lot of whispers in game, but I get a lot of whispers in game anyway. But yeah, if you guys have any more questions, add me or Martyr. I'm debating on whether or not I'm gonna write up a guide for you guys on for what you should be improving on or doing better. I think they should just watch the video because I think there's a lot more to gain from that than just skimming over a document that I know I'm not gonna cover all the points on. And it already took me a long ass time to like do this, like the past 3 hours, so I don't want to like dedicate another hour of that to writing notes that people could just get themselves from watching the videos. So this is gonna be posted on the Academy page, so you guys can go back and watch it if you're not here. Yeah, it's gonna be posted on the League Academy page and on the TAMU League page. So you go to either of those pages, and I'm gonna have the recording posted there, and you guys can check it out. And if there's anything you want to extrapolate or ask me about personally, you can do that. Preferably add my Smurf because my main friends list is full. It'll be posted by tonight. Like, I'm 90% sure it'll be posted by tonight. If it's not posted by tonight, it'll be posted tomorrow. And yeah, I'll post the links. If you don't see them for some reason, then you can message me. But yeah, if that's all for tonight, thanks for watching TAMU League Academy. We'll be here next week again at 7. Hopefully it'll be a little more prompt, but I'm not making any promises.